As soon as Gu Mo entered the homepage of the professional forum, the first message was about monsters. Monsters appear frequently across the country. Beast tides hit the border of China, and many bosses in the Temple of War went to the border to suppress alien beasts. Seeing this title, Gu Mo's heart is even more chaotic. Monsters appear all over the country. You must know that monsters usually only appear one or two sporadically. Now, monsters are appearing frequently all over the country. This is a total disaster. And there are also a lot of beast tides at the border at the moment. Even the bosses of the Temple of War have all gone to the border. Shanghai's 7th Order powerhouses all went to the border a few days ago, but they still couldn't resist it. It takes a powerhouse of the 8th Order peak to suppress it. One can imagine how powerful the beast tide here is. At least the 8th Order peak powerhouses of the 863 8th Order Alien Beast War Temple will go to suppress it. Now, there are at most only 6th Order peak professionals in Huaxia guarding the city. Gu Mo directly clicked on the post. As soon as you enter the post, it is a shocking picture of killing. Large and small monsters have appeared in every province to attack the city. There are even monsters in some cities. The 6th Order professionals in Huaxia can't defend at all. Even the wave of alien beasts at the border of China is hitting China one after another. Almost all the 7th Order powerhouses went to the border to resist the beast tide. The 9 top powerhouses at the peak of the 8th Order went to be able to resist the attack of the beast tide. But they can't leave the border at all. The monsters in China can only resist by the powerhouses of the 6th Order peak. Borders are definitely more important. Once Huaxia's border is lost, it will be a devastating disaster for Huaxia. The world outside the Huaxia border is a world of monsters. It is thousands of times the territory of China. Huaxia alone can breed 9 8th Order peak powerhouses. There must be more 8th Order monsters in the monster world outside China. Therefore, the only thing in Huaxia now is to pray that the tide of monsters and beasts will end soon. Only in this way can those 8th Order peaks and 7th Order powerhouses return to various provinces to suppress the monsters within China. Gu Mo continued to look through the professional forums. Almost all of the professional forums now report the situation of monsters in various provincial capital cities. Even some small cities were directly slaughtered by powerful monsters. Monster. That is a more terrifying existence than a monster. It can be said that monsters of the same level can easily kill monsters of the same level. Moreover, monsters can slowly corrode the formations on the walls of various provincial capitals. Monster Siege is more difficult than Monster Beast. This is the first time such a large-scale monster riot in China in the past 100 years. The principle of the formation of monsters is also different now. One of the most mainstream sayings is that these monsters are produced by the dark side of emotions. At this moment, Gu Mo saw a post and panicked. Monster invasion. Powerful monsters from the 6th Order peak have invaded Shanghai, and there are multiple peak 5th Order monsters entering the interior of Shanghai. The powerful monster of the 6th Order peak. It even invaded Shanghai. Shanghai now has only 3 deans of the 6th Order peak guarding. That is dangerous. They can't even compete with the monsters at the peak of the 6th Order peak, let alone the monsters at the peak of the 6th Order. At this moment, these monsters should still be trapped outside the city walls. Gu Mo immediately wanted to go outside the city walls to help the 3 deans. There are still 5th Order peak monsters in Shanghai province. Those small cities around Shanghai can be difficult. Thinking of this, Gu Mo's heart suddenly throbbed. Linhai is near Shanghai. Gu Mo immediately looked at the posting time of this post, a day ago. At this moment, Gu Mo's heart suddenly became numb. My dearest sister Lu Ruyan is still in Linhai. After the monsters attack the city, they will basically slaughter the city. Sister Lu Ruyan seems to have only 1 or 2 ranks in Gu Mo's impression. Her strength must not be able to escape the slaughter of monsters. Gu Mo recalled the moments of living with Lu Ruyan. The expression on his face became more tense. Do not. It's only been a day since Shanghai monster invasion. Maybe Linhai hasn't been attacked yet. Go and rescue my sister now. It's a pity that the CD of Getaway is not over yet. Otherwise, it can be sent directly to Linhai. Gu Mo directly picked up his mobile phone and dialed his sister Lu Rian's number 0. DDD, the number you dialed is currently unavailable. No one is connected. How is this possible? Gu Mo's expression became even more nervous. After making 4 or 5 calls in a row, it shows that no one is connected. Gu Mo is already furious at the moment. How can that be possible? If Linhai is slaughtered, there will definitely be reports. Linhai should not have been attacked by monsters yet. Go teleport first. Gu Mo hurried directly to the teleportation array of Shanghai University and found that it was also empty. Damn. I can't use the teleportation array myself. This teleportation array must have permission to start. Only a few deans have this authority. One after another magic energy surrounds Gu Mo's feet. Gu Mo immediately flew towards the Shanghai city wall using the magic of the sky that came with the dark-in cloak. I hope the 3 deans of them are on the city wall. After a while, Gu Mo came to Shanghai, the huge and towering city wall. The 3 deans are also standing on the city wall at this moment and overlooking. When I saw Gu Mo coming out of the cave, I was stunned. 4.1 Tianjiao of other Shanghai University and other professionals in Shanghai are also on the city wall at this moment. They were overjoyed when they saw that there were still people who could fly in the sky. Yukong is a special ability that can only be possessed by 6th-order professionals. Could it be that there are other hidden 6th-order masters in Shanghai? One more rank 6 will give you one more hope to keep Shanghai. At this moment, the 6th-order powerhouses above the city wall have only 3 deans and 5 6th-order powerhouses from various families. When Gu Mo flew over the city wall, everyone was surprised. It's Gu Mo. Why is he able to fly in the sky? Could this be the horror of China's top talent? Other Shanghai University students are also overjoyed when they see Gu Mo coming. One more person means more hope for defense. At this moment, Wei Shiwening came to Gu Mo's side in a flash, and directly used his spiritual power to isolate the surroundings. Then he looked at Gu Mo complainingly. Didn't I already send you a message telling you not to leave the cave? 35. The monsters outside this city wall have the highest level of 6th-order peak strength. Even our 8 6th-order powerhouses, Shanghai, can't match that monster. Maybe we won't be able to hold on to the headmaster and they will be broken when they come back to Shanghai. Then Pei Tian also stepped forward to Gu Mo's side at this moment and said anxiously, Gu Mo, why are you here? The strongest monster outside is not something we can deal with. Don't you have the teleportation locator given by the Poison Emperor? Just wait and leave with a few geniuses. If this city is destroyed by that monster, no one can escape. You escaped with a few Tianjiao, and that can be regarded as preserving a trace of inheritance for our Shanghai University. Send locator? Yup. Why didn't I think of 04? As long as you use the teleportation locator to return to the Linhai cave, the CD of Getaway will only take more than 2 hours outside to cool down. 10 days in the cave is equivalent to 1 day in the outside world. At this moment, Gu Mo still has 4 teleportation locators in his hand. Gu Mo handed the 2 teleportation locators to the 2 in front of him. I still have to leave 2 teleportation locators. One is teleported to the cave now, and the other is teleported after my sister is rescued. This teleport locator can teleport 3 people at once. Gu Mo immediately picked up a teleportation locator and held it tightly in his hand. One after another spiritual power is injected directly into this teleportation locator. A minute later, the teleport locator did not respond. The teleport locator has failed. Damn it! Gu Mo's face became gloomy periodically. Wei Shiwening and Pei Tian were also surprised to see that the teleportation talisman failed. Then there was a look of despair. If all the talents of Shanghai University died in this Shanghai, wouldn't it mean that the roots of this session of Huaxia are gone? Every provincial champion of Shanghai University in this session can be proud of the first day of the previous session. Not only the teleportation array can't be used, but even the teleportation locator is invalid. It seems that I can only defend this Shanghai. Gu Mo also shook his head at this moment and hurriedly asked the two about Shanghai's situation. Is there only a sixth-order peak monster outside Shanghai? Which other cities in Shanghai have been attacked by monsters? Pei Tian on the side took out a map of Shanghai and told Gu Mo about the current situation of Shanghai. 6 cities in Shanghai, big and small, have been invaded by monsters at the peak of the 5th order. The most terrible thing is that all the teleportation arrays in Huaxia have failed. If you want to support other urban areas, you have to go through the mountains. Hey! If it wasn't for a 6th order peak monster outside, we wouldn't be so passive. 6 urban areas, large and small, have been attacked by monsters. And they are still the peak 5th order monsters. The strongest people in the urban area are only 3rd and 4th order professionals. If the 6th order powerhouse trapped here cannot go to support, how could those urban professionals be able to resist? As long as the monsters erode the formation above the defensive city wall, those urban areas cannot escape the tragedy of being massacred. This monster's attack on the teleportation array has also failed. That just cracked. At this moment, Shanghai has to walk for at least half a day from Linhai. Hearing this, Gu Mo is even more anxious. Time is running out. If it's too late to return to Linhai, what's the point of improving one's strength? I can't even protect my dearest family members. We must quickly find a way to kill the 6th order peak monster outside. Otherwise, you will not be able to get out of Shanghai City at all. If you don't kill the boss outside, you can only go back after waiting for the getaway CD after 24 hours. Why don't the 4 of us go outside and kill that 6th order monster? 35. It's not likely that there will be any good results if you stick to it now. The tide of beasts on the border is fierce. I am afraid that the principal and the principal will not return to Shanghai in a short time. 35. The big formation on the city wall outside can't stand a few attacks, right? After finishing speaking, Gu Mo looked at the dense formations on the city wall, all of which were already stained with the breath of monsters. The golden light flickering on these formations has become extremely dim. Can't see the light of the past at all. Pei Tian and Wei Xuaning also looked towards the broken city wall, and a sigh came from their mouths. The formation on the city wall can withstand a day. After a day, these formations will be eaten away by the magical energy above. At this time, Su Mengyuan also came to the side of the 3. Gu Mo directly gave her his thoughts. After pondering for a moment, Su Mengyuan said very seriously, "This formation is indeed about to be broken." 35. Let's just follow what Gu Mo said. Let's take the initiative to attack. Otherwise, staying in this city would be waiting for 863 to die. It's better to give it a try. It's a big deal to die with that 6th order peak monster. Su Mengyuan, who looks like a royal sister, is the strongest and the most senior among the 3 of them. Hearing that Su Mengyuan made this decision, the eyes of the other 2 deans also flashed a hint of determination. Okay. Sister Su is right. The big deal is that the 3 of us blew up and perished with that monster. Well, let's fight this monster. Then Gu Mo showed the 3 of them his equipment introduction that could summon the 6th order peak Darkspawn Master. As long as he summons the Darkborn Lord, it is equivalent to owning 4 6th order peak powerhouses. When the 3 of them saw the introduction of this equipment, they couldn't help but smack their tongues for a while. The effect of this equipment is too strong. To be able to summon the terrifying Darkspawn Lord. Still the Lord of the Darkspawn at his peak. 1 minute. The critical moment might be able to kill that monster directly. The 3 of them have personally understood the power of the Darkborn Lord of the Dark Domain. This battle is not without the possibility of winning. The four of them looked at each other, and Su Mingyuan directly arranged the defense deployment above the city. You can't have your home stolen while you and the others are fighting against that sixth-order peak monster. Wait until the five of you masters organize to defend against the attack of monsters. Me and the other two deans go out to meet the enemy. Strive to kill that sixth-order peak monster. 5. Everyone below was stunned when they heard Su Mingyuan's words. The three chiefs are going out of the city to face the monsters at the peak of the sixth order? Could it be that the formation is about to fail and the three deans are going to fight to the death? Some people even started to cry silently below. These sixth-order monsters are simply not something that professionals of the same rank can contend against. Obviously, the three deans have the strength to leave this place of right and wrong directly. Now it is for us weaklings to dare to fight with the sixth-order monsters. At this time, the sixth-order patriarchs in Shanghai City also persuaded them one after another. They also don't want to see these three deans with a strong sense of justice killed by this monster. They have defended the attack of monsters outside the city for 2 days and have deeply recognized the power of these sixth-order peak monsters. President Su, you can't fight with that sixth-order monster. Why don't we save our strength and think about it in the long run? If all three of you are dead, Shanghai will be completely unable to keep it. What if Principal Yi and Principal Chen can come back early? I saw Su Mingyuan waved her hand and said coldly, "It's been decided." Furthermore, the beast tide at the Huaxia border will definitely not end in a short time, so don't say those self-deceiving words. If the three of us at the peak of the sixth rank don't dare to fight that monster, I'm afraid Shanghai will be in ruins after the principal and the dean come back. Everyone was silent when they heard Su Mingyuan's words. Of course they knew in their hearts that the beast tide would not end any time soon. But what if? Seeing Su Mingyuan's strong appearance, everyone did not dare to stop her. Then everyone began to arrange defenses in various places of the city wall. Since the three deans of them are going to fight against monsters, they have to protect Shanghai City well. Shanghai is everyone's Shanghai. Everyone must contribute to this defense against monsters. At this time, the three deans and Gu Mo glanced at each other and flew out of the city. As long as you can stop that monster, maybe it will be the same as last time. Gu Mo directly used Wuxiang's sword to kill the monster. At this moment, everyone on the city wall couldn't help but stunned when they saw the four figures flying out, and some people exclaimed immediately, F***K, how did Gu Mo follow behind the three deans? No. Gu Mo is going to fight that sixth-order monster too? 35. Didn't you say that Gu Mo is only tier 4? If you encounter a monster at the peak of tier 6, you will probably be crushed into powder. Cow. Gu Mo is too brave. At this time, the talents of Shanghai University also discovered Gu Mo. Feng Kiki held the shield in front of her nervously. Brother Gu Mo, you have to come back safely. Otherwise, I will have no choice but to never marry. Lin Ricken also looked complicated when he watched Gu Mo's back flying out of the city. Can Gu Mo fight with Dean and the others now? It seems that the gap between us and Gu Mo is getting wider and wider. Xiao Chu, who was on the side, was staring outside the city with gleaming eyes and directly transformed into Gu Mo's #1 fanboy. As long as there are words that belittle Gu Mo, he will directly rage. And now, Lin Ricken, who is similar in strength to himself, still wants to compare with Gu Mo. He is not worthy. Nonsense, the gap between us and Gu Mo is not even a star. Can you kill the 5th order peak Overlord monster at the 3rd order? Gu Mo is now tier 4. According to common sense, he should be able to kill monsters at the peak of tier 6. And the 5 6th order professionals were surprised to see Gu Mo going out with the other 3 deans. Why did Gu Mo go out with the 3 deans? This is a monster of the 6th order peak. Isn't he only 4th order? How dare he? Since the 3 deans agreed to go with Gu Mo, there must be some reason. 5. After the 4 flew out of the city, a terrifying demonic energy appeared in the sky. immediately kill the four. At this moment, the three deans also sacrificed their weapons. Bang! 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 One after another terrifying flame spears appeared in the sky. At this moment, Pei Tian is also waving his golden iron fist. The gray rays of light emitted by the bottle of life and death surrounded those magical energy. Terrifying spiritual power fluctuations spread outside the city. The terrifying sound of explosion resounded directly throughout Shanghai city. At this time, the group of terrifying demonic energy directly turned into a huge humanoid monster. Gu Mo immediately threw it as an exploration technique. Magic 0. Template, Overlord. Level, 6th and 10th level. Skills, unknown. Introduction, unknown. Not even showing skills? A level and template are displayed. It seems that the strength of this monster has reached the extreme. I saw this human monster burst into terrifying laughter, and there was a hint of contempt in this laughter. Hee hee, I didn't expect you humans, these shrunken tortoises, would dare to leave the city? It's a pity, 3 such young 6th order peak professionals are going to die today. If you hide behind that formation, you might be able to survive for a day. Since you want to die so much, then I will fulfill you. At this moment, the huge terrifying monster turned to look in the direction of Gu Mo, and immediately laughed even more wildly. How dare you go out of the city even at the 4th level? Qian Wanghao. Court death. Boom. The terrifying magical energy directly eroded the entire kilometer. In an instant, dozens of ordinary 6th order monsters appeared directly in front of them. Several deans also directly launched the offensive again. At this moment, Gu Mo directly summoned 4 spirit swords. The terrifying sword intent erupted on Gu Mo's body. Chong! 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 4 elephant sword formation. 4 huge light blades appeared in front of everyone. Killed directly at the 3-headed 6th order monsters in this great formation. At this moment, the 3 deans are also not concerned about the situation on Gu Mo's side. They also know the power of Gu Mo's skills. These ordinary 6th order monsters do fundamental damage to Gu Mo. Almost in an instant, the 6th order monsters beside the 4 were wiped out. At this moment, the huge humanoid monster in the sky suddenly condensed into a solid body. The 4 looked at each other and directly surrounded the 6th order peak monsters. Boom! One after another terrifying magic energy bloomed from its body. The black magic energy like tentacles attacked the 4 of them. Suddenly, bursts of dazzling white light erupted in the sky. Shura 10 destroys. One after another huge sword light slashed directly towards these tentacles. On the other side, Wei Xuening was also wielding a spear. The phantoms of the flames and spears appear in the sky. Pei Tian even threw his fists like the wind with all his strength. One after another huge golden iron fist appeared. At this moment, the bottle of life and death is also sprayed with poisonous gas. This terrifying spiritual power directly distorts the surrounding space. The earth outside the city walls has already been ruined by this spiritual power. Bang! 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 This black tentacle instantly crushed everyone's attacks. Are these 6th order monsters that strong? The 4 of them couldn't help but feel heavy. I saw that at this moment Gu Mo immediately used the Darkspawn summon. A terrifying wave of spiritual power suddenly appeared in the air. Boom! A huge black figure walked out of the void 863. Appear in front of everyone. This is the true form of the Darkin Lord. 100 meters high, the armor covering the whole body glows with silver light. It also exudes a terrifying magic energy. The people above the city wall were too excited to speak at this moment. Originally, they thought that the terrifying attack of the 3 deans failed to cut off the tentacles of the 6th order peak monster, and their mood at that time was already hopeless. Unexpectedly, Gu Mo gave them a surprise. The monster breath summoned by this Gu Mo is stronger than the 3 deans. Even they immediately used the exploration technique and found that the summoned monster was actually a monster of the 6th order peak overlord level. Even that monster is only a 6th order peak overlord level. Maybe there is a real hope to kill this monster. And next to the monsters summoned by Guo, there are 3 6th order peak professionals to help. For 6th order peaks should always win that one monster. There was also a trace of hope in the eyes of everyone. They began to cheer for Guo. Guo, Ebe, boss, come on. As expected of Guo, he can summon the 6th order peak overlord monster. There is hope. Come on, Guo. Look at how powerful this monster is. Maybe we can win this battle. At this time, even the monster at the peak of the 6th order was taken aback. Summoning? How could such a powerful monster be summoned? No wonder you dare to go out of the city to fight against me as a little tier 4, is this your trump card? 39. But do you think that summoning a peak 6th order monster can compete with me? Then the monster also heard the cheers of those above the city wall. Noisy. Immediately, a 6th order and 5th order monster appeared under the city wall. Just start climbing the wall and want to kill these people. When everyone saw the situation, they also made preparations for battle. As long as monsters touch this city wall, their strength will be greatly weakened. Even tier 3 and tier 4 professionals can deal with them. At this moment, everyone is also directly using the Dao technique to kill the monsters that climb the wall. But I can't stand these monsters too much. Even some monsters have climbed the city wall to fight with professionals. One after another, blood splattered on the city wall. How could the professionals at the moment let these monsters easily enter the inner city? Several other 6th order professionals were also running around, killing those monsters that kept climbing up the city wall. As there are more and more monsters, the spiritual power in everyone's body is gradually becoming scarce. Some professionals even use weapons to fight these monsters purely with their bodies. Immediately, Shanghai professionals suffered heavy casualties. At this time, the summoned Darkspawn Lord got Gumo's order directly. One after another terrifying knife light is killing the 6th order peak monster. Bang! 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 The tentacles that were indestructible just now were directly cut off under the light of this sword. The other 3 Deans are also breaking out in a terrifying field at this moment. The 3 domains control this monster at the same time. This 6th order peak monster is also secretly surprised to see this field at the moment. Triple overlay fields, 35. I didn't expect you 3 weak humans to do this trick. Overlay fields. Only a number of professionals who cooperate tacitly and control the field to an astonishing level can perform it. These 3 overlapping fields are not as simple as 1 + 1 = 2. 3 overlapping fields can explode 6 times the power. Of course, this superposition field must be used when the enemy has not yet cast the field. Just like the sudden attack of the Darkborn Lord a few days ago, directly covering their own domain, at that time the 3 Deans had no way to display this powerful superposition domain. At this moment, one after another terrifying spiritual power in the domain rushed towards the summoned Darkspawn Lord. The first of the 3 overlapping fields is Su Mingyuan's black and white field. This field can control human body functions. The Darkborn Lord was directly infused with spiritual power. The breath on the body has skyrocketed several times again. I saw that the Darkborn Lord directly took the knife and killed the monster. 2 huge bodies are fighting in this field of life and death. Bang! 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 Space is broken. The earth collapses. The surrounding air was distorted. One after another terrifying spiritual power fluctuations erupted in this field of life and death. There was even a burst of shaking in this field. At this moment, the 3 Deans who control the realm can't do anything else at all. Only nervously looked at the Darkspawn Lord who was blessed with spiritual power by them. They can only hide in the realm at the moment. If they are distracted, then the triple realm will collapse instantly. 20 seconds passed, and the three deans at the moment were almost unable to support the superposition of buffs in the field of life and death. The two giant beasts fought, and the field vibration made the three of them miserable. The monster on the other side is too strong. It's impossible to kill him like this. 30 seconds left until the end of the Dark-End Lord. At this time, Guo had already figured out the attack frequency of these sixth-order monsters. As long as you wait for a suitable time, the sword in your hand can kill. And Guo also thought of a magic-breaking magic. When this monster relaxes, it will be his death. One after another terrifying magic energy blooms in this field of life and death. The two giant beasts are evenly matched at this moment. There is no way for both sides to take each other. But the summoned Darkspawn Lord doesn't care so much. Directly looking at the monster in the form of injury for injury. There is no defense against the tentacle attack of that monster at all. Threads of black blood flowed out of the Darkborn Lord's body. Directly smear the entire life and death space with this endless blood. Bang! 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 The Lord of Darkspawn slashed out like a lifeless slasher one after another terrifying sword light. This monster can only be defended by the moving. Just wait. When the summoned monster time disappears, it will be your death period. The monster at the peak of the Sixth Order has been beaten by the Darkborn Lord to the point of being suffocated. If it is a normal battle, you can easily kill the black guy in front of you. But he was accidentally pulled into these three overlapping fields. And this first heavy field is also a field of growth. The combat power of the black monster in front of him has soared several times. His injury for injury style of play made him helpless at all. He is just a summoned monster, of course he is not afraid of getting hurt. But if you hurt yourself, it's a real injury. At this moment, Guo quietly came to Pei Tian's side. Can you use this increase in spiritual power on me? Gumo's sudden remark made Pei Tian, who was concentrating on controlling the field, stunned. Sure. But if the increase is on you, the effect on the Darkspawn Lord will be gone. Okay, when the Darkspawn Lord has 10 seconds left, you can concentrate all the enhancements on me alone. Hearing Gumo's words, Pei Tian also nodded. At this moment, Guo is also hiding around Pei Tian, staring at this huge monster in the field. Amplify me. Hearing Gumo's words, the three of them did not hesitate to cast the blessing effect of life and death on Guo. Gumo's calm and composed words directly gave the three Dean-level characters an inexplicable sense of trust. The aura of the Darkborn Lord instantly weakened. This situation directly made the monster ecstatic. Could it be that this group of professionals can no longer support the huge spiritual power consumed by this monster? Your time of death has come. Watch my demon tentacles tear this realm to shreds. One after another terrifying spiritual power rushed towards Guo. Guo, who was lurking in the void at the moment, immediately summoned 4 spirit swords by his side. Then the 3 spirit swords flew directly to the hiding place of the other 3 people in the realm. Gumo's spiritual power has soared tenfold at this moment. It has reached a terrifying spiritual power value of 1.25 million. Attributes also got a pump. Guo, infused with spiritual power, felt stronger than ever. Then Guo directly ordered the Darkspawn Lord to self-destruct. Only in this way can the monster be distracted. Boom! The huge Darkspawn Lord self-detonated instantly and caused terrifying explosion damage. Even the monsters at the peak of the Sixth Order can only do their best to resist at this moment. At this moment, Guo burst out with terrifying sword intent. Break the magic! A sword opens the gate of heaven. A terrifying sword light appeared in front of the floating light sword. The huge kilometer sword light exudes bursts of black aura. Carrying the power of heaven, he slashed towards the monster. At this moment, the monster with a height of 100 meters is like a child under this sword light. This Sixth Order peak monster saw this sword light and immediately showed a trace of fear. The sword intent emanating from this sword light may cause him to be severely injured. A trail of devilish tentacles appeared directly in front of this monster. The magical energy radiated is enough to make people die instantly. It can be described with 4 words of devilish energy. Shong. 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 1,000-meter-long sword light slashed down. At this moment, the Chengyang sword moved. Slashed directly at Pei Tian by his side. The magic-breaking absorption effect is activated again. Gu Mo's spiritual power has returned to full state again. A sword opened the gate of heaven and cut it out again. The demon is also moving now. Cut directly to Su Mengyuan next to her. The third sword strikes again. Almost these 3 swords were cut out in less than 1/10 of a second. 3 terrifying sword lights slayed the monster directly. At this moment, the monster panicked when he saw the 3,000-meter-long terrifying lightsaber attack. These 3 lightsabers are so huge, and now I am trapped in this field, there is nowhere to escape. 0. Ask for flowers. This monster only has the desperate madness to motivate the spiritual power, and the giant hands of towering devil energy appear one after another, trying to compete with these 3 sword lights. Shong. 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 The 3 sword lights directly smashed the terrifying giant hand. The sword light swept across the monster directly. The monster was instantly cut in half by the sword light. Even these 3 overlapping domains can't bear these 3 sword lights that are like heavenly power at this moment. It was directly smashed by this sword light. Several bright purple rays of light appeared on the corpse of the 6th Order peak monster. System prompt: congratulations to the host for killing a level 70 Overlord monster and gaining experience value X 1000E. Magic 0 drops: Diamond level weapon to magic wand, Diamond level weapon to magic blade, Diamond level equipment magic boots, Magic spring X1, 6th order magic core X1. Hundreds of billions of experience. 1 more level up. 2 diamond weapons. If you add the diamond darkspawn claw that the darkspawn lord exploded last time, now the moonlight sword is only 5 diamond level weapons away from being upgraded to the king level spirit sword. And a diamond grade shoe. Your platinum level shoes should be replaceable. There is also a red prop. I don't know what effect this magic fountain will have. This wave of blood earned. Gu Mo directly put these props and equipment into the storage space. The 3 deans at the moment were also terrified by the backlash. It is also a mouthful of blood spurting out. The breath has become extremely sluggish. Gu Mo saw that the 3 people were injured and were about to fall to the ground, and he quickly caught the 3 people who fell. The 3 people who were lying on the ground at the moment also looked at Gu Mo in disbelief. Actually, this time Gu Mo succeeded in beheading the monster of the 6th order peak. If it hadn't been for him and others to have made the domain of life and death increase the combat power of the Darkborn Lord several times, the Darkborn Lord might not have been able to support the 10 moves of this monster at all. One can imagine how powerful this monster is. 3 sword lights that are 1,000 meters long. Although this was cut out with the blessing of the field of life and death, it is still in the 4th rank to cut out such a powerful 3 swords. This is already quite scary. This strength is already the strength of the 7th order. Horrible so. Mountain. Above the city wall. One by one, the monsters that came one after another climbed the city wall. Facing these pros of Shanghai is a random killing. Blood has already stained the city walls. Shanghai's professionals only have to support. At this moment, even those geniuses of Shanghai University can't stand the impact of this dense monster. Even those 6th order powerhouses are scarred at the moment. Not to mention those low-level civilian professionals. There is only one belief in their hearts, that is to defend Shanghai. As long as the 4 in that field do not fall, there is still hope. They are protecting the group of ordinary people and auxiliary professionals behind them with their own lives. Even these usually enviable combat professions have their own missions that they must complete. The greater the power, the greater the responsibility. Just when they were about to despair, 3 sword lights in the sky directly split the domains of the 3 deans. Everyone saw the 6th order peak monsters slowly dissipating in the air, and suddenly there was a burst of energy in the body. Immediately kill the monsters that climbed the city wall again. Gu Mo. Gu Mo, he really did it. It was the 6th order peak monster he killed. At this moment, the crowd instantly showed ecstasy. They are safe. As long as the 6th order peak monster is killed, then Shanghai is defended. At this moment, everyone directly launched the horn to counterattack. When the 6th order monster dies, no more monsters will be summoned from the void. Rao is that most of the geniuses of Shanghai University did not expect that Gu Mo actually killed the terrifying 6th order peak monster. Is this real? These 3,000-meter-long sword lights. Is this Gu Mo's new trick? I suddenly feel like I'm superfluous in this world. The 4th order kills the 6th order peak. Gu Mo is directly against the sky. At this moment, those 6th order professionals are also staring directly at the kilometer-long sword light. This is really tier 4? I feel like this sword can kill me directly. Just the sword intent that radiates out makes people sweat. And this sword light actually directly split the 3 overlapping fields laid out by the 3 principles. 99. At this time, the 3 deans also hurriedly sat up and recovered their spiritual power. They have to restore their spiritual power as soon as possible and then kill the monsters on the city wall. At this moment, Gu Mo flew straight into the sky towards the city wall. 4 spirit swords accompany him around. These monsters are good things. Add more spiritual power. And these monsters have also been weakened by the formation on the city wall. Happier to kill. One after another, strong sword intent radiated from Gu Mo's body. Chong! 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 At this moment, the 4 spirit swords directly turned into sword lights and shuttled over the city wall. Step forward. System prompt: congratulations to the host for killing a level 60 elite monster and gaining experience points x10e. A level 60 elite monster can reach a terrifying billion experience. Seeing this system prompt, Gu Mo burst out with terrifying sword intent again. This wave of monsters can't be robbed by others. After cleaning up these monsters, I have to hurry to Linhai City. The system ringtone appeared in Gu Mo's ears like crazy. Every time a sword light flashes, it means that a monster has fallen. At this moment, the 4 spirit swords are frantically harvesting these monsters. Everyone on the city wall saw the sword lights beheading the terrifying monsters in front of them, and they also cast the greatest respect in the direction of Gu Mo. If it wasn't for Gu Mo's spirit sword to kill the monsters in front of him, then he and the others would definitely not be able to escape the fate of death. After a while, all the monsters on the city wall were killed by Gu Mo's sword light. The 3 deans who were sitting cross-legged at the moment to recover their spiritual power also looked at Gu Mo's figure on the city wall with relief. I saw Pei Tian let out a long sigh. Hey, I was a 2nd-tier rookie when I saw this little guy 4 months ago. I didn't expect to be able to protect my Shanghai in such a short time. Wei Xuaning couldn't help but rolled his eyes at Pei Tian when he saw Pei Tian sighing there. Maybe Gu Mo will catch up with us in a few months. And can you kill the monster at the peak of the 6th order? Su Mengyuan also looked at Gu Mo Zero with admiration. It's exactly as Xiao Wei said, maybe Gu Mo will surpass a few of us in a few months. Who of you would have thought 4 months ago that Gu Mo would be able to cut a sword better than us? At this moment, everyone came to Gu Mo's side under the leadership of those 6th order professionals. Thousands of surviving professionals bowed deeply to Gu Mo. Thank you God Gu for beheading that 6th order monster. Thank you God Gu for saving our Shanghai city. A loud, bell-like voice rang out from the mouths of these thousands of professionals. Directly resounds through the entire Shanghai. Seeing this, Gu Mo burst out with pride. You don't have to. Killing monsters and beasts is what my generation of professionals should do. Although the crisis in Shanghai has been lifted now, there are still monsters appearing in other urban areas of Shanghai. The most important thing now is to save the compatriots in other urban areas of Shanghai. At this time, the three deans also took care of their bodies with the help of the bottle of life and death and flew to Gu Mo's side in an instant. Gu Mo is right. Now other urban areas in Shanghai are being attacked by monsters. 95. Let's go in 6 ways to eradicate the monsters in other urban areas. Then, Gu Mo directly 4.1 said that he wanted to go to Linhai. Gu Mo's strength is known to everyone in the battle just now. Killing 5th-order monsters is as simple as chopping vegetables for Gu Mo. Seeing Gu Mo's anxious look, Wei Xuening gave her flying props to Gu Mo. Of course she knew that Gu Mo was from Linhai. Maybe Gu Mo is trying to save his former classmates, teachers, and friends. Wei Xuening thought that Lu Rian had already told Gu Mo that she was going to Beijing, so she didn't think about that. Gu Mo, then take my flying prop. Otherwise, it will take you at least half a day to go to Linhai. This flying prop can reach Linhai in an hour. After Gu Mo got the flying props given by Wei Xuening, he hurriedly flew towards Linhai. At this moment, the carriage is going very fast under the urging of Gu Mo. Then Gu Mo began to pay attention to the specific situation of each city in the post bar. 1 hour. Linhai shouldn't have any problems. As long as you hold on until you go, you will be able to save Sister Ruyan. Then Gu Mo checked the equipment dropped by the boss this time. Magic War Boots. Quality, Diamond Grade. Speed plus 1,600 points. Effect 1, the extreme speed of the devil, urging the magic energy around you. You can double the speed attribute point in a short time, duration, 1 minute, cooldown, 1 hour. Effect 2, demonization, instantly transforming the demonic energy into a 6th-order Overlord level monster in its peak state, duration, 1 minute, cooling time, 1 month. Directly increase the speed by 1,600 points. This first effect is average, and it can double the speed. It can only be said that the duration is okay, and it has a 1-minute blessing effect. Gu Mo's heart pounded when he saw the second effect. This is the ability to instantly transform yourself into a 6th-order peak monster. And it's still at its peak. Lasts a minute. Then can't you easily kill the 6th-order professional in seconds? Do not. It can be said that it can easily kill professionals below the 7th rank. One more trump card of my own. Magic Spring. Quality, red. Effect, 10 third-order monsters are continuously generated every day, but the monsters generated are wild monsters and cannot be controlled. J. 10 third-order monsters can be generated every day. Still a wild monster. Is it possible to gain experience points by killing these monsters? After rescuing Sister Ruyan, I will go back to the cave and experiment. If killing this monster can gain experience points, then the Darklings in the cave can quickly increase their level. If not, this red prop will be useless. If you can't get experience points by killing monsters, what are you doing by producing monsters? Gu Mo is not some extreme terrorist. Then Gu Mo took out the 3 diamond-level weapons that the monster and the Darkspawn Lord had exploded. Directly let the Moonlight Sword devour it. After the devouring is completed, the attributes of the Moonlight Sword will be improved again. Strength plus 300, speed plus 200, kendo damage plus 100%. This time it can be said that the European atmosphere is bursting. Directly devoured the 100% damage bonus of the Darkin Claws. After a while, Gu Mo came to the sky above Linhai City. At this moment, the city wall of Linhai City has been dyed with blood. The gates are open. Gu Mo felt bad when he saw this. You are still a step too late. These monsters have already breached the city gate. The strongest person in Linhai is only tier 3. When these monsters enter the city, aren't they killing them? Gu Mo immediately rushed towards Linhai City with the technique of royal air. Hope it's still in time. Gu Mo galloped all the way, and if he encountered a monster on the road, he would kill it with a sword light. Just as it was about to approach the city of Linhai, all of a sudden, terrifying demonic energy came out. Someone is fighting a powerful monster. Gu Mo immediately flew over in a flash. I saw Linhai City Lord and the principals of number 1, number 2, and number 3 middle school fighting with a monster at the peak of the 5th order. But the 4 of them are all 3rd order professionals, and naturally they are no match for these 5th order peak monsters. I saw this tall monster teasing the 4 of them as if staring at a clown. At this moment, the 4 people have been tortured by it to the point of bleeding all over. Humans, what are you doing? The mere 3rd order also wants to stop me at the peak of the 5th order. Since you have such perseverance, then I will let you see this city destroyed by our monsters with your own eyes. At this time, Bai Chen, the principal of number 3 middle school, shrank his pupils when he saw Gu Mo coming towards here. At that moment, Bai Chen even thought he was dazzled. Isn't Gu Mo in Shanghai? Why is he coming back to Shanghai at this time? Could it be that Shanghai's monster has been eliminated? If that's the case, then there will be salvation in the sea. Bai Chen hurriedly shouted. Gu Mo, run! This monster is a 5th order peak monster. Linhai has been destroyed by monsters now. Please contact several deans of your school to help Linhai destroy these monsters. This 5th order peak monster is also looking sideways at this moment. Is there another ant? Run? Want to run away at the hands of this general? Before he finished speaking, I saw 4 terrifying light blades appearing in front of this 5th order peak monster beast. 4 elephant sword formation. Break the magic. Boom. In an instant, this sword formation erupted with a terrifying sword intent. This sudden change directly stunned the present city owner and principal. This sword intent is so terrifying. Just looking at it gives me chills. 4 terrifying blades slashed directly at the monster at the peak of the 5th order. Chong! 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 In an instant, under the beheading of Baidao Jingguang, this 5th order peak monster instantly dissipated. Gu Mo also came to the front of the 4 in a flash. Headmaster, what did you just say? It's too far away for me to hear. At this moment, the 4 of them widened their pupils and looked at the slowly drifting 5th order peak monster in disbelief. After half 863 rings, the principal Bai Chen Kai stammered. Gu Mo. When did you become so good? You did that attack just now? Gu Mo nodded directly and then asked about Linhai. Principal, is there only this 5th order peak monster invading the sea? There are no other monsters running into the city, right? At this time, Bai Chen just remembered the business and hurriedly said, Gu Mo, get into the city. Other monsters have already invaded the city. There are still 2 5th order monsters slaughtering in Linhai City. After saying this, Bai Chen finally couldn't bear the internal injury in his body and fell down. At this moment, the other 3 were also looking at Gu Mo with hope, and then they couldn't hold back and fainted. The 4 of them were able to hold on and not fall down because of a belief. Being able to drag a 5th order peak monster can also reduce casualties in the sea. Now seeing Gu Mo beheading this 5th order monster so easily, they know that Linhai is saved. The belief that finally supported them waiting for reinforcements ended at this moment. Gu Mo also directly took out the healing medicine and fed it into the mouths of the 4. The 4 of them are respectable people. There are also 2 5th order monsters in the city. Looks like we must hurry up. After Gu Mo settled the 4 of them, he dashed straight into the city. Groups of 4th order and 3rd order monsters in the city are frantically slaughtering the citizens of Linhai. These groups of terrifying monsters near the sea are simply unstoppable. It can only be the corpse of these monsters. Gu Mo was furious when he saw this scene. Many of these mutilated people are familiar figures of Gu Mo. There are teachers from number 3 middle school, elders from the same community, and soldiers guarding Linhai. All died tragically at the hands of these monsters. These nasty monsters. Give me all 4. Chong! Chong! Shown. The terrifying sword intent erupted on Gumo's body. This huge sword intent directly condenses into thousands of sword intent small swords to kill those monsters. Any monster that touches the sword intent will instantly turn into a powder. The seaside residents who were being devastated by monsters also showed a shocked expression when they saw Gumo, who looked like a demon in the sky. No matter it is Tier 4 or Tier 3 monsters are all killed by Gumo with one sword. The residents of Linhai have seen hope. It's Gumo. It's Gumo back. F***K, we are saved. 35. Gumo killed the 4th Order Peak monster with one move. And Gumo came from outside the city. There is a 5th Order Peak monster guarding the gate of the city. Hey! Did Gumo kill the 5th Order Peak monster? At this moment, Gumo directly runs the Magic Boots skill Demon Speed. Directly double the speed and rush towards the community where your home is located. There are too many monsters in the city. Everywhere is invaded by monsters. I must hurry back to the community to rescue my sister. As soon as you enter the community, groups of 4th Order monsters are slaughtering. Almost all the professionals in the community are now stained with blood. There are even many professionals who have become food in the mouths of monsters. The originally clean and tidy community is now a scene of ruins. No building in the community is complete. Even the banner that hung in the community "Congratulations to Gumo for winning the national championship" was floating in the air with the strong wind. Gumo also felt a warm current in his heart when he saw this banner. This banner is all the love and blessings from the lovely neighbors and aunts. I must never let them die. The 4 lightsabers directly turned into giant light blades. 4 elephant sword formation. This 4 elephant sword formation directly wraps the entire community. A huge sword intent pervades this dilapidated community. Shown. 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 The 4 huge light blades are directly killing these monsters. In an instant, these monsters were turned into wrecks under the beheading of these 4 huge light blades. The monsters in the community were instantly cleaned up in the 4 elephant sword formation. At this moment, the professionals in the community were shocked when they saw the scene. These powerful Tier 4 and Tier 3 monsters were instantly wiped out. Could it be that the powerhouses in Shanghai came to save Linhai? In an instant, the residents in the community showed ecstasy. Everyone is saved. Linhai is rescued. At this moment, Gumo also directly entered the sword formation and looked directly at the professionals in the community. Miss Rian was not found. Didn't she fight in it? Or already? Gumo hurriedly flashed towards a professional who lived in the same building as him. Uncle Lee, have you seen my sister? Where is she? At this moment, professionals in the community also recognized Gumo. Gumo can be said that they grew up watching. Everyone was amazed. Isn't Gumo only 4 months into his professional career? Is the strength so strong now? Even if he is the champion of the national competition, it is impossible for him to have such a strong strength. In an instant, all Tier 4 and Tier 3 monsters in the community were instantly killed. At this time, Uncle Lee, who was stopped by Gumo, was also moved to tears. Xiao Mo, it's really you. Xiao Mo. Your sister went to Beijing on the day you went to Shanghai University to report. Didn't she tell you? Did you go to Beijing on the day you reported on yourself? Why didn't Sister Rian mention this when I was on the phone? No wonder she doesn't allow herself to come back every time she's on the phone. Said to let oneself cultivate well in Shanghai University to improve the level. What secret does Ms. Rian have? Gumo's thoughts suddenly drifted away, and he froze in place. North City? Beijing is the capital of China. There shouldn't be serious damage to a small city like Linhai even if it is attacked by monsters, right? At least Beijing should still be suppressed by 7th Order professionals. And Beijing is the capital of China, and the professionals in it are also very powerful. How could it not be the first or second tier Sister Rian to resist monsters? Thinking of this, Gu Mo suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. As long as it's not near the sea. When the monster invasion is over, call Sister Rian again. Gu Mo couldn't help but feel sad when he saw that all the neighbors who had lived together for more than 10 years were almost seriously injured. Especially seeing the corpses of the neighbors who had been killed by monsters lying on the ground, Gu Mo hated the monsters even more in his heart. Now go and kill the 2 remaining 5th order peak monsters in Linhai. Let Linhai no longer be invaded by monsters. You are here to recover from your injuries. I'm going to kill all the monsters in Linhai, Qian Wang Hao. There is still peace in Linhai. 95. After finishing speaking, Gu Mo directly took out a large bottle of healing elixir for the neighbors in the community to take. These elixir are the most precious to these low-level professionals, but to Gu Mo they are equivalent to a small snack. Then it turned into a sword light and flew towards the rain outside. Everyone looked at the healing elixir in their hands and the figure of Gu Mo leaving, showing moved and happy eyes. When the little girl Rian moved to the community, Xiaoma was only 4 or 5 years old. I didn't expect that she has become an indomitable hero. Xiao Mo can be said to be the savior of all of us. Xiao Mo is the first place in the national competition. Now Linhai is finally saved. Gu Mo, this kid, I watched him grow up. I didn't feel pain in vain for this kid. 95. When I grow up, I also want to be a big hero like Gu Mo brother. Linhai at this moment has already lived up to the prosperity of a few months ago. Everywhere is ablaze with fire. Along the way, as long as Gu Mo encounters a monster, he will instantly kill it. Go directly to the place where the magic is most intense. Above the seaside plaza. The square at this moment is already surrounded by monsters. Inside, the captured professionals were oppressed by monsters and knelt on the ground. There are at least tens of thousands of professionals in this square. At the front of the square, there are 2 peak 5th order monsters standing impressively. One after another demonic energy directly formed a huge summoning formation. At this moment, the tens of thousands of professionals are emitting bloody auras that are absorbed by the huge summoning formation. Gu Mo's expression froze when he saw this scene. What are these 2 5th order peak monsters trying to do? This must be to summon a monster stronger than them. And this summoning formation is still running with the blood of these 10,000 professionals in Linhai. Damn it! The sky-like blue sword intent erupted on Gu Mo. 4 elephant sword formation. The huge 4 lightsabers directly surrounded the entire square. The people who were originally kneeling in despair in the square were also stunned when they felt the waves of terrifying sword intent, and then they even showed ecstatic expressions. There was a smile on that numb face. Such a terrifying move must not come from these monsters. Are you all saved? Such a powerful move must only be used by professionals above the 6th rank. The aura emanating from the 4 light blades is dazzling just by looking at it. Everyone looked forward to the big formation that took shape in an instant. At this moment, the monsters in the 4 elephant sword formation also became solemn. The terrifying formation formed in this instant made the strength of the 5th order peak a little chilling. This is definitely not something that the monsters waiting for him can resist. Unless you can summon the big guy in that formation, you can resist. The 2 peak 5th order monsters standing in front are also looking at each other at this moment, and directly madly stimulate their own magic. One after another terrifying magic energy directly covered the tens of thousands of professionals in the square. At this moment, the blood of the professional kneeling on the ground is flowing outside like crazy. One after another, rich blood rushes towards the summoning formation. And other ordinary 4th order and 3rd order monsters are also attacking the 4 elephants sword formation. I saw Gu Mo, who was floating in the sky outside the big array, with a single finger. Cut! The 4 huge light blades suddenly exuded a terrifying sword light. Chong! 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 Thousands of monsters instantly turned into powder under this sword light. The 4 huge swords were killed directly at the 2 peak 5th order monsters. The 2 monsters were surrounded in an instant. Break the magic. Shura 10 destroys. When the 4 elephants sword formation is running, it is also possible to control the 4 light blades to display their skills. The terrifying black sword light directly swallowed the sunlight. The sky just turned black. Shone. 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 The 4 light blades all emit terrifying sword lights. Bang. 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 The 2 5th order monsters were also full of despair when they saw this black sword light one after another. One after another demonic energy emerged in front of them. Only desperately resist these terrifying sword lights. As long as the general who persists to the peak of the 6th order comes out, you will be able to survive. However, every attack of this Shura 10 destruction is twice as powerful as the previous sword light. These 2 peak 5th order monsters have to resist the sword light from the 2 spirit swords. The sword lights in all directions are already destroying these 2 peak 5th order monsters so that there is no complete skin on the monster body. The earth shatters directly. The space inside the sword formation is gradually distorted. Even in the last few swords, the space shattered directly. The tyrannical sword intent made everyone in the square dare not even take a breath. Dao terrifying sword light directly drowned these 2 monsters. Directly turned into powder. The huge summoning formation gradually dissipated because of the death of these 2 peak 5th order monsters. With a big wave of Gumo's hand, the 4 elephant sword formation suddenly disappeared, and the 4 spirit swords also turned into a sword light and returned to Gumo's side. The people kneeling on the ground at the moment saw that these monsters were instantly killed, and they were stunned. Afterwards, they all bowed to the figure above the sky, and they all shed tears of joy for the rest of their lives. Finally, there is a strong person to save us, Linhai. If the powerhouse above the sky comes a few minutes later, I am afraid that I and others will be sacrificed to death. Who is the man in the sky? It has so much power. I am afraid that even a 6th order professional can't kill this 5th order peak monster so easily. Destroy thousands of monsters with one sword. How powerful is this? Seeing the waves of sword intent remaining in the air, 2 words appeared in the minds of professionals kneeling on the square at this moment: Gu-mo. In the profession of Earth Star, only a swordsman can express such a powerful sword intent. But isn't Gu-mo only 4 months into his professional career? Everyone put this idea behind them one after another and randomly guessed their savior to be another person, which is disrespect to their savior. At this moment, Gu-mo also slowly came to the crowd. The people kneeling on the ground could see Gu-mo's face clearly at this moment. They all showed shocked expressions. It's Gu-mo. Really Gu-mo. It was Gu-mo who came to save us. Gu-mo's strength is too terrifying. Easily kill 2 monsters at the peak of the 5th order. Is Gu-mo so outrageously strong now? The admiration for Gu-mo rose again in everyone's eyes. They also know that there are 6th order peak monsters attacking Shanghai. I didn't expect Gu-mo to take such a big risk to come back in order to protect Linhai. This is the hero of Linhai City. Everyone immediately kowtowed to Gu-mo. Gu-mo quickly stopped them. Everyone, get up quickly. I am also a person near the sea, but I have done something within my own right. 99. Now you still need to take care of your body first is the most important thing. 5. It's up to you to restore Linhai to its former prosperity in the future. 5. I'll go to other places in Linhai and kill those 4th order monsters. Gu-mo is now flying to all parts of the sea again. 1 person and 4 swords have directly become the nightmare of seaside monsters. Any monsters encountered cannot escape the shocking sword light. After half a day, all the monsters in the seaside city were swept away by Gu-mo. At this moment, Gu-mo returned home for the first time after cleaning up the monsters. He wanted to see if there were any clues left in the house. That way, you can feel more at ease. After all, Sister Rian ran to Beijing without saying a word. She must have some secrets she didn't want her to discover. As soon as he entered the house and looked at the familiar furniture, Gu Mo also smiled slightly. Fortunately, the house was not destroyed by those monsters. Otherwise, killing them 10 times would be a cheap bunch of monsters. These furniture have been with me for more than 10 years. Gu Mo went straight to the carpet search. Regarding Sister Rian's matter, no clues in the room can be let go. A burst of terrifying spiritual thoughts spread all over Gu Mo's body. Straight into the corner of the room. Finally, the Emperor pays off. Gu Mo finally found a letter on the desk in his room. The cover of the letter reads, Xiao Mo personally opened, Lu Rian stayed. Gu Mo opened the envelope with excitement. On it is written, Xiao Ma, when you opened this letter, sister, I had already left Shanghai. I have important things to do when I go to Beijing. I must do this. Don't worry, sister, I actually have a 6th order strength. I'll come back to you when I'm done with that. If you encounter any difficulties at school, just ask Wei Xuening for help, she is my sister's best friend. Remember, if my sister doesn't come back for a long time, you must not come to Beijing to find me before the 6th order. Seeing this letter, Gu Mo was immediately stunned. Sister Rian actually has a 6th order strength? Did she hide so deeply? I still naively thought she was just a 1st or 2nd order professional. The 6th order professional can be regarded as stepping into the ranks of the strong. This monster invasion should be all right. But what important thing is she going to Beijing for? Is it her family business? I had never heard her talk about why she was an orphan before. Wei Xuening is actually Sister Rian's best friend? No wonder Wei Xuening directly gave him the precious and unusual swordsman transfer tablet when he recruited him. That's what happened. This time Gu Mo figured it out. As a dean, Wei Xuening actually came to recruit me as a provincial champion, which is a bizarre thing. The General University special recruits are teachers of the 4th and 5th orders. Even Aoki University and Beiyuan University would at most send a 6th order professional to recruit them. It's not like Shanghai University directly came to a 6th order peak powerhouse to recruit himself. Gu Mo's heart sank when he saw the last sentence. I haven't come back for a long time, and I have to wait until I reach the 6th rank before I can go to Beijing. Gu Mo suddenly felt bad. Since the national competition, I have not contacted Sister Rian anymore. Can't get in touch now. Sister Rian didn't go to Beijing province to find the enemy's family, right? Gu Mo's heart is pounding. Correct. Dean Wei is Sister Rian's good best friend. She must know something. Go back to school later and ask her in person. If you don't ask this matter clearly, you won't be able to cultivate with peace of mind. Just then, the doorbell rang. As soon as Gu Mo opened the door, he found many 3rd order professionals standing in front of his house. Everyone bowed directly to Gu Mo, and the city lord standing in front was also very excited at the moment. Gu Shen, on behalf of all the people of Linhai, I would like to express my gratitude to you. If you didn't come back so timely, Linhai would have been slaughtered by those monsters. You are the hero who saved me from Linhai. God? Dude, that's a shame. Gu Mo saw how sincere everyone was, and directly invited them to come and sit in the room. It's okay, Linhai was originally my hometown. I don't want to see Linhai being slaughtered. After everyone chatted for a while, the city lord said directly, Gu Shen, we are going to erect a statue for you in Linhai. I want the citizens after Linhai to remember who rescued the city of Linhai. 5. All the surviving citizens in Linhai outside the community want to thank you. 35. Why don't we go out and meet these people? Gu Mo nodded and followed the city lord directly out. At this moment, the outside of the community has become a square. The surrounding buildings were directly overthrown by these citizens. They want to put up a big statue directly outside Gu Mo's complex. These Linhai citizens have been attacked by monsters, and many of their family and friends have died. At this time, if you can give them a little faith to live, that's a very good thing. The square outside the community was already crowded with dense crowds, and they all wanted to thank Gu Mo in person. Millions of citizens fell to their knees with excitement when they saw Gu Mo's slowly rising figure. If it wasn't for Gu Mo, he and the others would definitely die under the claws of that terrifying monster. Without Gu Mo, no one can avenge the dead Linhai citizens. It's Gu Mo's hope for himself and others to live. Millions of citizens knelt down and shouted at the same time. Thank you, God, for saving your life. Many thanks to God Gu for saving the millions of citizens of Linhai from the fire. The earth-shaking sound resounded throughout the sea. Gu Mo saw that these citizens were also scarred at the moment, and even some citizens had become physically disabled, and his heart could not help but become heavier. How wonderful it would be if there were no monsters and monsters attacking one day. Everyone, please get up. These are the things I should be doing. I only have one hope, and that is to hope that you can restore Linhai to the way it was before. I have to rush to Shanghai now, so don't delay. After speaking, Gu Mo turned into a sword light and flew out of Linhai city. The millions of Linhai citizens who were kneeling on the ground couldn't calm their excitement when they saw the sword light in the sky for a long time. Until the sword light transformed by Gu Mo disappeared, everyone's eyes were also staring at the direction where the sword light disappeared for a long time and did not get up. This is the hero who saved Linhai. Do not seek fame or profit. A wave of the sleeves did not take away a cloud. Mountain. Until Gu Mo left, everyone got up under the leadership of the city owner and began to restore these orders by the sea. The first and foremost thing they do is build the Gu Mo statue. Let all Linhai citizens admire Gu Mo's demeanor every day. At this moment, everyone started the construction of the Gu Mo statue non-stop. The earth mages began to gather dirt, and the soldiers wielded their weapons to transport the dirt from outside the city to the outside of Gu Mo's house. Other professionals are also using their professional characteristics to add strength. It took several days to complete the construction of the 100-meter-high Gu Mo statue. This is a statue that all Linhai citizens participated in and spent a few days to build. The details on this statue are full. Even if you look closely, you can't feel a trace of roughness at all. Even the hair on the ink statue of Gu 863 is lifelike. At this moment, almost every family in Linhai enshrines Gu Mo's small sculptures. Gu Mo has become the well-deserved patron saint of Linhai. Gu Mo, who is on the flying prop carriage at the moment, also counted the harvest of this seaside. Killing these monsters gave Gu Mo a lot of experience points. I have gained more than 300 billion experience points. Level up again. A streak of golden light appeared on Gu Mo's body. The system prompt bell is also ringing frantically. Directly upgraded to 4 levels. Now Gu Mo has reached level 4 and 10. With only 60 billion experience points left, you can directly upgrade to level 5. Improve the realm and directly get 2,000 attribute points. According to each 500-point attribute, it is directly allocated. Those monsters at the peak of the 5th order also exploded 2 diamond-level weapons again. When you go back to Shanghai and go to the Shanghai treasure house to exchange for 3 diamond-level weapons, then the Moonlight Sword can be upgraded to a king-level weapon. There are also many mobs that have exploded a lot of platinum and gold-level weapons and equipment. This trip to the sea is full of rewards. The only regret is that I don't know what Lu Ruyan is going to do in Beijing. Gu Mo is also running his spiritual power at the moment, making this flying prop move forward at a very high speed. An hour later, Gu Mo had returned to Shanghai University. Shanghai has returned to its former tranquility. The other 5th and 6th order professionals have not returned to Shanghai yet, and they are still beheading monsters in other urban areas of Shanghai. Gu Mo had to wait boredly for everyone to return. There are only 5th order peak monsters in other urban areas, and others can handle it. Night. The 3 deans and several 6th order powerhouses from other Shanghai families also returned to Shanghai exhausted. Successfully wiped out all the monsters in Shanghai province. Gu Mo also came to Wei Xuaning's office at this moment. When Wei Xuaning saw Gu Mo coming, her tired body instantly felt full of vitality. Gu Mo, you can clean up monsters faster than us. I feel that your strength has increased so terrifyingly. Did you come to see me for something? Gu Mo directly handed the letter Lu Rian wrote to him to Wei Xuaning. Wei Xuaning watched Gu Mo hand the letter to him, and the deer slammed into his heart, and a blush appeared on his face. Is it Gu Mo's love letter to himself? Gu Mo has understood to accept my heart. So should we accept it or accept it? But I am still Gu Mo's teacher. What to do? This is the first time I met someone to send a love letter. Wei Xuaning forced himself to calm down and pretended to casually pick up the letter. When he saw the content on the cover, Wei Xuaning groaned in his heart. Could it be that Nizi Lu Rian mentioned me in the letter? Wei Xuaning directly and quickly opened the letter and took a look. Man, this exposed me. Sister, I have been hiding it for you for so long. I sold my sister without hesitation. How can I get it right now? At this time, Gu Mo also hurriedly asked Wei Xuaning about Lu Rian's situation. Mr. Wei, you and Sister Rian are so full of bitterness. What on earth did Sister Rian do in Beijing? I can't get in touch with her now. Wei Xuaning was stunned when she heard this. Can't get in touch with Nina? How is this possible? Wouldn't she really find out the group that killed her family back then? Oops. According to that Nizi's character, if she finds out that genocide enemy, she will definitely go to fight with each other desperately. At this moment, Wei Xuaning's head is already in cold sweat. Immediately realized the seriousness of the matter. But at the moment Gu Mo is only 4th rank. If he told him the situation, it would be bad if he rushed to Beijing impulsively. When that Nizi left Shanghai, she had already risen to the 6th order strength. Wei Xuaning endured the worry, stroked the hair on her forehead and said slowly. She should be going to Beijing to play, right? Can't contact her, maybe she is defending against monsters now? Gu Mo saw that the expression on Wei Xuaning's face changed for a while, and he didn't believe what Wei Xuaning said at all. Mr. Wei, your habit of flipping your hair whenever you lie has not changed. Hurry up and tell me the truth. I promise I won't be impulsive after hearing the truth. When Wei Xuaning heard this, the hand that was stroking her hair suddenly stopped. Is it true that I lied and brushed my hair? I do not know how. Wei Xuaning couldn't hide it from Gu Mo, so he told Gu Mo why Lu Rian went to Beijing. When Rian was a teenager, her family was wiped out by a group of mysterious people. Only she who was hidden in the hidden formation survived. Later, she came to Shanghai to hide her name, just to avoid the pursuit of those mysterious people. She has been investigating the annihilation of her family on 4.1 for a long time. Some time ago, she learned that the annihilation may be a family in Beijing, so she went to Beijing to investigate the situation. Originally, I told her that I would be notified when the results of the investigation came out, and let me go with her. Gu Mo's heart suddenly felt bad. Seek revenge. Still can't get in touch. Could it be that Sister Rian lost to that group of people and has been captured or killed at this moment? Then which family did she say? Wei Xuaning also shook his head. That girl has always done a good job of keeping secrets. She didn't even tell me. At this moment, Gu Mo's mood is even more impatient. Humans are sometimes scarier than monsters. If Sister Rian falls into the hands of those mysterious people, her life will most likely be at risk. Gu Mo was already running back and forth in the office in a hurry. If Sister Rian went to seek revenge alone, I am afraid that at most there is only one 6th order powerhouse in that family. Maybe Sister Rian was just injured. As a 6th order powerhouse, her means of life-saving should not be weak. To become a 6th order professional at the age of 26 or 7, Sister Rian is definitely not weak. At this time, Wei Xuaning was also comforting Gu Mo by the side. Gu Mo, think on the bright side. Now that every city is being invaded by monsters, maybe Rian is really defending against monsters and didn't receive your call. I'll send her a message with my professional friend. If she doesn't get back to me tomorrow morning, I'll use all my resources to find her. Gu Mo nodded thoughtfully, then left the office. The professional forum at the moment was also detonated by a message. Shanghai 04 became the first city to completely eliminate monsters. Just because of one person. The various Chinese professionals who are being attacked by monsters at the moment are also taken aback when they see this news. Except for Beijing, all other provincial capitals in China are only guarded by the sixth order peak professionals. Why was Shanghai able to destroy monsters? The monsters that invaded the provincial capital city are generally powerful monsters of the sixth order peak. This news is also a great encouragement to other cities that are still struggling to resist the invasion of monsters. Shanghai can destroy monsters, and so can these cities. When they clicked on this post, it was the self-report of a Shanghai professional. This Shanghai professional originally wanted to record the ferocity of Shanghai monsters and to leave traces of his existence in this world. At that time, if it wasn't for the appearance of Gu Mo, Shanghai could only resist for one more day, and the monsters would break through the city and enter the city. As a result, the video of the three major sixth-order peak deans and Gu Mo beheading the sixth-order peak monster was accidentally recorded. People on the professional forum were also taken aback when they saw a very familiar figure appearing in the video. Isn't this Gu Mo? Looking at this picture, the deans of the three sixth-order peaks of Shanghai University went out of the city to face the terrifying monster. Why does Gu Mo follow along? When everyone on the forum saw that Gu Mo killed the sixth-order mobs summoned by the sixth-order peak monsters with one sword, they couldn't help taking a breath. Damn it, the last time I saw Gu Mo's video was that he could kill the fifth-order monster with one sword, and this time he can directly kill the sixth-order one? Is this still a human being? I finally know why the three deans agreed to let Gu Mo go with him. Swordsman YYDS. Why is there such a perfect profession in the world? 35. Did you pay attention? Gu Mo now has 4 spirit swords on his side. Damn it. Could it be that every time the swordsman profession increases by 1 level, you can open a weapon slot? Isn't that directly several times more attribute points than professionals of the same level? 99. As soon as the screen turned, a huge kilometer sword light directly smashed the 3 overlapping fields. At this moment, some professionals who were sitting on the ground watching the video couldn't help but stand up. Almost every professional who watched the video widened his eyes. This sword was cut by Gu Mo? Kilometer-long sword light. Is this still a human being? And it also smashed through the 3 overlapping fields. 35. I completely kneeled down to Gu Mo this time. Is this a tier 4 attack? One sword splits the 3 overlapping fields displayed by the 3 sixth-order peaks. I am afraid this move has the power of 7th order. And you can directly chop out 3 swords. You can directly kill the monster at the peak of the 6th order. The Poison King said that Gu Mo will definitely be promoted to the top of the 8th rank within 5 years. After watching the video, I think the Poison King has been talking about it for a long time. At this moment, a professional from Linhai also posted a post. The instant post directly became the #1 trending search. God Gu, the guardian of Linhai. Save the heroes of Linhai with one's own power. The comments on this post are almost all, thanks to Gu Xin for saving his life. There is nothing to say thank you, only to spread the deeds of Gu Xin to the forum. In an instant, this post received millions of replies. It's all in this sentence. Others on the professional forum at the moment were directly blinded after seeing it. That's millions of responses. Gu Mo actually cleaned up the monsters in Linhai City by himself? Terrible so. These 2 pieces of news directly and greatly inspired many Chinese people. Even the 4th order Gu Mo has the courage to go out to the city to fight. Why should he and others be afraid of these monsters? Immediately, the Chinese people once again cheered up and frantically resisted the attack of the monsters. Some cities even go directly out of the city to face monsters. At this moment, in the camp of the highest command of the border, many of the Eighth Order peak leaders are discussing how to defend against this monster attack next. In just a few days, the border has suffered hundreds of beast tides, big and small. Every time the beast tide has several kings of monsters at the peak of the Eighth Order in the beast tide. F***K, underestimate that kid. At this time, the exclamation of the Poison Emperor 863 Wu Xingling directly caused the big brothers who were discussing tactics to frown. Poison King boy. We are discussing tactics, what are you doing? Even if you fish. What are you doing so loudly? At this time, the Poison Emperor Wu Xingling directly showed the images in the forum to the Eighth Order peak powerhouses present to watch. Rao is that these Eighth Order peak powerhouses with unparalleled talent in battle are all wide-eyed at the moment. Is this Gu Mo only tier 4 now? He can actually cut out the sword light of 7th Order power. And he still cut out 3 swords in a row. The 4th Order directly kills the 6th Order peak monster. This is simply a monster. Rao was the old man sitting in the first seat, and he couldn't help but feel a lot of emotion. Even Xiao Wu wasn't so terrifying when he was 4th Order, right? It seems that Xiao Wu and I both guessed wrong. I haven't seen it for a year. This Xiao Gu will be able to guard the border. The Poison Emperor Wu Xingling looked at the other 8th Order peaks with a shocked expression, which was also dark. Blame me for making a fuss? You are not shocked when you see it. This 4th Order moves with the 7th Order power, who can't say a lie to see this. Look, even the Great Elder has a surprised expression on his face. Afterwards, the Poison Emperor Wu Xingling showed another post by millions of people in Linhai thanking Gu Mo to everyone to watch. After everyone saw it, a look of relief appeared on the face that was originally made by the monsters and beasts. This is the juvenile genius. One person directly saved a city. Just talking about character, who can be calm after saving a city? This calm personality is definitely the attitude of a general. But this Gu Mo's strength is too strong. Far beyond the expectations of these top Chinese masters. In just 4 months, a sword of 7th Order strength can be cut. At this time, the smile on the face of the Great Elder sitting on the first seat became even stronger. How he likes Gu Mo now. With Shanghai's complete removal of monsters this time, this directly gives other Chinese cities a reassurance. 35. As long as we hold on for another day or two, we can free up our hands to clean up that group of monsters. 99. Song Yueni, the 8th Order peak border marshal sitting on the second seat in the camp, is now looking at Gu Mo with admiration. Not bad. This Gu Mo, not only handsome but also strong, and the most important character, is very good. This kind of arrogance is suitable for being his own son-in-law. As expected of my 2 baby girls. Look, people can be accurate. I'm still wondering how my 2 daughters fell in love with the same man. It turns out that this Gu Mo is so good. Hey, I don't get involved in their affairs. The characters of the 2 of them are probably cheaper than that kid Gu Mo. The 8th Order peak bosses here are all thinking small calculations in their hearts at the moment. They recalled whether there were any granddaughters or relatives of the same age as Gu Mo. They all valued Gu Mo's great potential. If they can marry Gu Mo, their family will definitely be more prosperous. Early the next morning, Gu Mo sent a message directly to Wei Shiwening. Ruyan still hasn't replied to me. So, Gu Mo, don't get excited. I'll let my friend in Beijing find her whereabouts. 9. Gu Mo got even more upset when he saw the news. Still no reply. At this moment, the teleportation array cannot be used. Damn it. I am afraid that only when all the monsters are cleared can I go to the North City in person. Sister Ruyan, you must not have an accident. At this time, Gu Mo suddenly thought of getaway. As long as it is the picture in your mind, you can send it to the past. As long as I search for a photo of a famous building in Beijing, I can use Getaway to go to Beijing to find the whereabouts of Sister Ruyan. Now go and ask if you can get 3 diamond-level weapons in the Shanghai treasure house. In this way, your own Moonlight Sword can be upgraded to become a king-level weapon. Well, Dean Wei, can my points be exchanged for 3 diamond-level weapons? After that, Gu Mo directly activated his personal connections again. Lin Ricken is the largest family in Beijing. Asking him to help find Sister Ruyan will definitely be faster than finding a needle in a haystack. After all, Beijing is the largest city in the country. If you want to find a person in Beijing alone, it can almost be said to be looking for a needle in a haystack. Gu Mo immediately sent a message to Lin Ricken. Lin Ricken also activated his family's influence in Beijing for the first time. Directly and comprehensively search Lu Ruyan's news. Wei Xuening also replied to the message at this moment. Yes. You have made such a great contribution to Shanghai. I will take you to choose from the treasure house of Shanghai with 3 diamond-level weapons. Seeing the news, Gu Mo went directly to the dean's office. Then Wei Xuening took Gu Mo to the treasure house of Shanghai. Gu Mo also sighed again. A month or 2 ago, he could only choose platinum-level weapons in this treasure house, and now he can choose diamond-level weapons at will. Gu Mo directly chose 3 diamond-level weapons with relatively high basic attributes this time, so that the Moonlight Sword can absorb more attribute point bonuses. After a while, Gu Mo was selected. Wei Xuening also comforted at this moment. My friend is very well connected in Beijing. As soon as I find Ruyan, I will tell you immediately. Ruyan is very clever from the beginning. She has endured it for more than 10 years. If she finds out that she can't match the enemy, she will definitely not rush to take revenge stupidly. Gu Mo nodded thoughtfully when he heard Wei Xuening's words. Sister Ruyan will definitely be fine. Suddenly, the system prompt sounded. System tip. Post a task to help Sister Lu Ruyan to eradicate the enemies of the genocide. A swordsman should dare to love, dare to hate, and be happy. Rewards: SS level promotion card X1, SS level exercise promotion card X1, SS level talent promotion card X1. The system actually released the task again. Actually, this time, it is still the task of avenging Sister Ruyan. This time the reward can directly upgrade the S-rank de Luo Jindian and the S-rank talent Kenshin to the SS rank. S-rank front slash can also be upgraded to SS rank. As long as you complete this task, your strength will definitely be greatly improved again. Even if it is not for the reward, I will definitely avenge Sister Ruyan. At this time, Gu Mo discovered the trickiness of the first few words of the system. Help Sister Lu Ruyan to eradicate the enemy. Does this mean that the current Sister Ruyan is not life-threatening? It may not even be discovered by her enemies. Seeing this, Gu Mo's furrowed brow was finally relieved. You have to hurry up to improve your strength. That way there will be no surprises. Afterwards, Gu Mo said goodbye to Wei Xuening and returned to the villa. Gu Mo directly, Qian Wanghao, took out these diamond-level weapons. All are swallowed up by the Moonlight Sword. One after another dazzling light appeared around the Moonlight Sword. After dozens of minutes, the Inua's sword finally devoured it. System tip: congratulations to the host, Inua's sword, for upgrading to a king-level spirit sword, obtaining all attribute points x 1000, and increasing the range of the imperial object to 1000 meters. Rain. System tip: the Moonlight Sword swallows the diamond-level spirit sword, gaining a total of 300 strength, 400 speed, and a 100% increase in kendo power. Gu Mo's attributes at the moment are also improved again. Now the properties of the Moonlight Sword are comparable to those of the Floating Light Sword. Mirror Moon Sword. Quality: King Class, 12,000/1000 W. Strength plus 2,600 points, Physique plus 1,200 points, Speed plus 2,200 points, Mental Strength plus 1,200 points. Afterwards, Gu Mo directly used Getaway to enter the cave. Raise your strength to rank 5 first. The strength of a family that has been in Beijing for so many years must be terrifying. Improve your strength first, and when you find Sister Ruyan, you can take revenge for her. Sister Ruyan's enemy is my enemy. If it wasn't for Sister Ruyan, I'd still be in an orphanage now. The only relative I have now is Sister Ruyan. At this time, Gu Mo took out the magic fountain of red quality. Dark 1 and Dark 2 were also summoned by Gu Mo to the top of Linhai Mountain. At this moment, the Dark 1 has reached the second level and the second level. The Dark 2 has also reached the first level and the 7th level. Just go out for a day. 10 days in the cave can make them improve so much. As expected of an SSS level summoning skill. I saw this magic spring madly absorbing the spiritual power of the cave. One after another black magic energy appeared. After a while, an elite level monster of the third order peak appeared on this magic spring. Gu Mo wanted to try to issue an order, but found that the monster didn't listen at all. One after another terrifying sword intent directly wrapped the third order monster, making the monster unable to move. Gu Mo immediately asked an E to kill the monster. With the dark 863 attacks directly kill the monster. System tip: congratulations to the follower Ian Eve for killing a level 40 elite monster and gaining experience value X50W. A golden light appeared on the dark body. Level up again. Gu Mo shines, it really works. Isn't this magic spring equivalent to a leveling device? And after the dark spawn I summon kills this monster, I can also gain the same experience points. Although the 500,000 experience points are now a drop in the bucket for me. But this Darkin is leveling up so fast. Think about the future, millions of dark descendants will directly kill each mountain range in China. Then your experience value will definitely go up. Gu Mo threw it up with an exploration technique. I found that it would take 6 minutes at this moment to condense a third order peak elite monster again. 1 in 6 minutes. One can increase 500,000 experience points. This effect is completely comparable to the experience gained from practicing the Daluo sword cannon. Hasty. I didn't expect this tool to be so insane. Daluo, Jianxian only has 5.4 million experience points in 1 hour of cultivation in the cave. This magic fountain can give me 5 million experience points every hour. Earn blood. And this magic spring can also improve the level of Dark 1 and Dark 2. Double the joy. Gu Mo is now happily releasing his sword intent to control the monsters generated in these magic springs. Anichi is also madly killing these monsters. Dark 1's level is also a crazy increase. In the end, Gu Mo directly summoned the little fox demon Hong Hong. Directly let Hong Hong use Ryatsu to suppress the generated monsters. In this way, I can free up my hands to practice the Daluo sword cannon. At this moment, with the experience gained from killing monsters, Gu Mo can get 2.49 experience points in 1 day in the cave. But, it's still too little. If you want to quickly improve your strength, you still have to hunt down those high-level monsters and exotic beasts. But at this moment, there are no monsters outside Shanghai. It seems that I have to go to another provincial capital city to kill monsters. Before the 5th level, even if Gu Mo found Lu Ruyan, he would not be sure to help her kill his enemy. Although Gu Mo can easily kill 6th order monsters, that's because monsters don't know the domain at all. If Gu Mo is allowed to enter the field of the 6th order professional, unless Gu Mo can use the floating lightsaber to smash that field. Or you can directly cast the demon into the 6th order peak monster in 1 minute to kill it. Otherwise, you can only use getaway to escape. When the S level is upgraded to the 5th level, you can get 30,000 spiritual power points for each level you upgrade. At that time, his sword will definitely be able to smash the 6th order field. After that, Gu Mo began to practice with a deep heart, waiting for the news of Lin Rukan. 20 days in the cave passed by in a flash. 2 days have passed since the outside world. Gu Mo finished his practice and looked at the news sent by Lin Rukan. For 2 days in a row, Lin Rukin used the Lin family network to find no news of Lu Ruyan. Gu Mo's face gradually turned cold. It seems that you really have to go and find it yourself. Then Gu Mo thanked Lin Rukin. Although no clues were found, others helped to find them anyway. Gu Mo started looking through the pro forums to see which cities were slaughtered. If you go to other cities that have not been slaughtered, you will easily expose your teleportation skills. Now people all over the country know their face. Moreover, the teleportation function of Xiaoyu is so defiant, if someone discovers it, it will definitely cause unnecessary trouble. In this world of strong personal strength, it is better to be cautious. Finally, after looking at the professional forum for a long time, Gu Mo finally found a city that was slaughtered. Gu Mo directly remembered the architecture of the city in his mind. A burst of fairy energy surrounds Gu Mo. In a flash, Gu Mo came to the slaughtered city, Anfeng City. As soon as it was teleported into this city, a strong bloody aura hit the nostrils. Human remains are everywhere. At this moment, the monsters looked at Gu Mo, who was floating in the sky. Go straight to Gu Mo. Chong! 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 The four-handed spirit swords turned into Dao Dao sword lights and killed these monsters. Tier 4 monsters. Destroyed with a flick of a finger. The huge roar of swords resounded directly throughout the city. In an instant, these dozens of monsters were killed by Gu Mo. Each monster directly provides Gu Mo with 1 million experience points. Sure enough, you still have to hunt down these monsters to get more experience points. Even the 4th order monster is not as good as 1/10 of the experience value of this monster. Such a big movement should attract a lot of monsters. The monster at this moment sensed the fluctuation of spiritual power and attacked wildly in the direction of Gu Mo. They haven't devoured humans for a day or two. They are starving now. At this time, one after another terrifying sword light came towards them. Sure 10 destroys. Chong! 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 This surging monster was directly smashed by this huge sword light. The system prompt sounded frantically in Gu Mo's ears. Gu Mo didn't have any delay at the moment, and he went straight to the place where the demonic energy was strong again. The wave just now was estimated to have killed all the monsters in this area. Kill! 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 All the worlds Gu Mo flew over, all the monsters were directly killed by these 4 spirit swords. Gu Mo at the moment is like a harvesting tool. Crazy harvesting the monsters in this city. At this moment, Gu Mo's experience value is also rising. After a while, Gu Mo encountered a top 5th order peak monster. Don't wait for this monster to speak. A set of 4 elephant sword formation is heading towards that monster. Chong! 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 The terrifying blades have already killed this 5th order peak monster. Too bad there wasn't anything good. After a few hours, the monsters in the city were cleaned up directly by Gu Mo. At the moment, the teleport locator still does not work. I'm afraid this will have to wait until all the monsters in Huaxia have dissipated before it can be used. With the help of the demons in the whole city, Gu Mo's experience value finally reached more than 100 billion. System. Level up. A streak of golden light appeared on Gu Mo's body. System prompt. Congratulations to the host for upgrading to the 5th rank, obtaining X 1000 attribute points, X 3W spiritual power, and X 30 skill points. System prompt. Congratulations to the host for upgrading to the 5th rank and obtaining a black iron special spirit sword, upgradable, X1. Congratulations to the professional Gu Mo who has been promoted to the 5th rank and obtained the S-rank sword array Wufang Bagua array. The S-rank sword array and the 4 elephants and sword arrays have been promoted to the SS class. Professionals can carry 5 weapons at the same time. Finally, it has been upgraded to the 5th level. You can get 1000 attributes by leveling up to the 5th level. 30,000 spiritual power points. There are also 30 skill points. Gu Mo directly added an average of 250 to these attribute points. The system has once again rewarded a spirit sword. Still upgradable. Special spirit sword? I don't know what's so special about it. And this time, the upgrade to the 5th rank also opened a weapon slot. Can carry 5 weapons at the same time. There's one more S-rank sword array that comes with the 5th rank swordsman profession. 5 directions gossip array. And the 4 elephants sword formation has also been upgraded to SS rank this time. The power of the original 4 elephants sword formation is so terrifying. After being upgraded to SS level, I am afraid that even 6th order professionals can compete with 1 or 2. Gu Mo directly checked the effect of the spirit sword. Spirit sword can be named. Quality, black iron, 0 out of 10. Spiritual power value x1. Effect 1, Devour. You can devour 10 equipment of the same level to improve the quality of a rank. For each rank, the spiritual power value increases tenfold, with no upper limit. Effect 2, Spirit Sword, which can be controlled by divine sense, and sword moves can be used within 10 meters. When he saw that this spirit sword actually only had the attribute of spirit power, Gu Mo's head had doubts. I have never seen a weapon that can increase spiritual power. And the increase in spiritual power is only a little bit. Gu Mo's heart couldn't help pounding when he saw the devouring effect of Effect 1. Devouring 10 to advance is the same as the previous 2 spirit swords. But the latter effect made Gu Mo people stupid. Every step up, the spiritual power value doubles tenfold. If you upgrade this spirit sword to diamond level, Gu Mo will get 100,000 points of spirit power. If promoted to the king level, Gu Mo can get 1 million spiritual points. Now Gu Mo regrets it. I regret raising the moonlight sword to the king level. If this spirit sword came earlier, Gu Mo would definitely give priority to upgrading the level of this spirit sword. Promoted to the king level. 1 million spiritual power. Isn't it possible that you can smash the 6th order field with a single sword? If you get this million spiritual power value plus the 50 times the maximum damage of a sword Keishaman plus the blessings of exercises, talents, swords, etc., even a 7th order Gu Mo can be killed. The 6th order peak monster? All it takes is a sword. Gu Mo directly named this spirit sword as Spirit Devouring Sword. A drop of blood goes down and binds directly. Then Gu Mo took out all the weapons left by himself to kill monsters and monsters. Directly let the Soul Devouring Sword devour it. While the Spirit Devouring Sword devoured it, Gu Mo checked other rewards. 5-party gossip array. S-level used the sword intent to drive the 5 spirit swords to form a 5-party gossip array, 5 swords in 1. Only a mystery can be played. Non-10 people of the same rank cannot break the formation. Hiss. 5 times the effect of sword intent erupted. This sword formation originally meant that the more spirit swords there were, the stronger the damage. Now that 5 times the sword intent has erupted, there is basically no possibility for those who entered the battle to survive. Even if it is the 6th order, I am afraid that it will be awkward after entering this formation. Then Gu Mo saw the effect of the 4 elephant sword formation, which had been upgraded to SS rank. Xixiang sword formation, SS grade used the sword intent to drive the 4 spirit swords to form a powerful attacking Xixiang sword formation. Those who enter the battle at the same level will die. The 4 spirit swords will get 10 times the enhanced attribute effect. SS level directly obtains 10 times the blessing effect. Terrible so. I am afraid that the 6th order professionals who enter the array can also kill them in seconds. When the 4 elephants sword array is S rank, it can easily kill the monsters at the peak of the 5th rank. Seeing this, Gu Mo's mood couldn't calm down for a long time. One more trump card of my own. Tomorrow's trip to the North City will surely be easier. At this time, the Spirit Devouring Sword was also upgraded to the Diamond Grade Spirit Sword. At this moment, its spiritual power value has reached 100,000 points. Gu Mo instantly felt that his spiritual power was more abundant. Now Gu Mo counts the blessing of this soul-devouring sword, and the spiritual power value has reached a terrifying 300,000 spiritual power value. I don't know if the monsters at the peak of the Sixth Order can withstand the maximum damage of my sword. If you can upgrade this spirit-devouring sword to the king level before finding Sister Ruyan's enemies, then you can easily kill those enemies of Sister Ruyan. Gu Mo glanced at his attribute panel and found that it would cost 200 billion experience points to upgrade to the 5th rank. Fortunately, instead of directly increasing 10 times again, it costs 1 trillion experience points to upgrade 1 level. Then Gu Mo started to wait for the CD refresh of Getaway. Go directly to Beijing tomorrow. Mountain. Day 2. At this moment, the CD of Getaway has finished cooling down. The picture of Beijing appeared in Gu Mo's mind. A photo of an unmanned corner specially selected from the forum. A path of immortal energy emerged around Gu Mo's body. In the blink of an eye, Gu Mo has arrived in Beijing. In an old alley at the moment. At this moment, Beijing has no trace of being attacked by monsters at all. People outside the Hudong still live as before. Maybe this is the benefit of being in the Chinese capital. There are as many as 100 Tier 6 peak professionals in the Huaxia capital alone. The monsters at this moment can't even enter the North City. If it weren't for the teleportation formation and teleportation talisman being unavailable, other cities in China would not have been slaughtered by monsters. Just these 863 hundreds of professionals at the peak of the Sixth Order can easily quell the invasion of China's monsters. Pity. Teleportation array and teleportation charm cannot be used. This beast tide and monster invasion must have been premeditated. Otherwise, it can't be so coincidental. Even the concentration of spiritual energy in Beijing is 5 times that of other places. And outside the North City is the largest alien beast mountain range in China. The reason why the North City was designated as the capital is because there is a great terror lurking in this strange beast mountain range. The construction of the entire North City is completely built according to the formation method. The purpose is to suppress the terrifying alien beasts in the alien beast mountain range. This alien beast mountain is also an important reason why many professionals like to settle in Beijing. After becoming a Tier 3 professional, there is no regular dungeon that allows them to spawn monsters. The Third Order dungeon professionals who can be summoned by the Timespace Summoner cannot enter. If you want to improve your strength, you can either get lucky and enter the Wild Dungeon, or kill alien beasts and monsters. The Alien Beast Mountain range outside the northern city is precisely home to many alien beasts. Even though Beijing has tens of millions of professionals, they haven't killed all the monsters in it for so many years. One can imagine how big the Alien Beast Mountain range outside the North City is. I'm afraid that the Alien Beast Mountain range in the whole country is not as big as the Beijing Mountain range. At this moment, Gu Mo also directly used the effect of 1,000 face masks. It has been replaced by an ordinary person's face. The effect of this diamond level 1,000 face mask can only be seen by professionals with a level greater than 2. And now the 7th Order professionals are going to the border to suppress the beast tide. No one in the North City can see through Gu Mo's disguise. Of course, there may also be hidden 7th Order professionals, but in this big city with a population of 10 million, Gu Mo's chances of encountering a 7th Order professional hidden in the crowd can be said to be slim. At this time, Gu Mo started to check where there is a black market in Beijing. There are usually intelligence dealers selling intelligence in the black market. If you ask those people, you will definitely be able to quickly find the whereabouts of Sister Ruyan. And there are many strange people in the black market. Maybe you will meet a professional who can help others locate. Finally, after reading the professional forum for more than 10 minutes, Gu Mo finally found the largest black market location in Beijing. According to legend, the master behind the black market has the strength of the 8th Order. In this northern city, if there was no strength in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, such a big black market would have ceased to exist long ago. Gu Mo's figure flashed and he walked towards the black market. After a while, Gu Mo arrived in a dark alley. Gu Mo walked directly towards the innermost wall door in the dark alley. Surprisingly, Gu Mo stepped directly into the wall door. For a while, the surrounding scene of Gu Mo has changed dramatically. I saw a huge city appear in front of Gu Mo. There are also 2 sixth-order powerhouses at the gate of the city as guards. This black market handwriting is too big. Can even sixth-order professionals only act as guards here? And how does this black market feel like a small cave? Could it be that the master behind the scenes actually used that city wall as a passageway to connect to the cave? Others are desperately trying to get a hole in the sky. This person actually uses it to do business? As expected of a powerhouse of the 8th rank. It's amazing to start with. Gu Mo walked directly towards the city gate. I saw these 2 sixth-order professionals slowly say, "A new face? First time here? I'll tell you about the rules of this black market. You can't do anything to break the rules. That adult hates people who break the rules the most. First, you can't argue with people after entering the black market. If you have a problem, you can go to the yamen in the city to find someone to judge. 5. Second, you can't forcefully buy or sell. Once the item leaves the stall, it will not be returned or exchanged. If you buy a fake one, you can only consider yourself unlucky. Third, anyone who violates the above 2 regulations will not be allowed to enter the black market from now on. Don't take chances. As long as you violate the regulations, there will be people from the law enforcement hall who will plant a brand on you. Let you in excruciating pain in one day." Gu Mo was amazed when he heard these 3 rules. These 3 rules are so overbearing. The first rule does not say that whoever causes trouble first will be caught by the law enforcement hall. This means that once a conflict breaks out, both parties will be arrested by the law enforcement hall and detained for a day, which will leave a mark. No matter if you are reasonable or not, as long as there is a conflict, you will be arrested. The second rule is even more outrageous. Things can no longer be returned after leaving the stall. This is completely to give profiteers some opportunities to take advantage of. Even if you buy fakes, you can only suffer a dumb loss. And you can't conflict with others, and you can't even seek compensation from him. It seems that you must be careful when you enter the black market of this city. Otherwise, you may be kicked out of the city without finding the intelligence dealer. The third rule is also outrageous. If you violate it once, you will not be allowed to enter 4.1 again, and you will have to plant a brand. It's painful. This is simply the Overlord clause. But what I didn't expect is that so many people are willing to enter this black market. There must be something appealing in this black market. The post only introduced how to get to the black market, but did not introduce the internal situation of the black market. After introducing these 3 rules, the 2 sixth-order professionals who guarded the city let Gu Mo into it. As soon as he entered this city, Gu Mo instantly felt that his spiritual power was completely lost. No use of spiritual power at all. The scale of this city wall must be unusually large just by looking at it. Actually, this great formation of supreme spiritual power can completely cover this city. This formation that isolates spiritual power is probably at least a 7th order, or even an 8th order formation. After entering the city, various hawker stalls appeared in front of Gu Mo. The hawkers in each stall were shouting about the items they were selling, as if they had entered a vegetable market. Gu Mo looked curiously at the items on these hawker stalls. "Little brother, come and see the weapons and equipment in my booth. Diamond-level weapons and equipment are cheap and only need 5,000 4th-order magic cores." When Gu Mo was about to ask where he could buy the information, a simple and honest man stopped him. 5,000 4th-order magic cores can get a diamond-level weapon? Don't these diamond-level weapons require at least tens of thousands of 4th-order magic cores to buy? Even if the attributes are stretched again, it won't be so cheap, right? Gu Mo looked at the strong man's booth with a puzzled look on his face. A probing technique was thrown. Stand without ice. Quality, diamond grade. Strength plus 600, spiritual power plus 600. 04 Effect 1, permanent freeze, create absolute zero within its own range, and freeze all enemies to death. Cooldown, 1 hour. Effect 2, the technique of ice storm, summon thousands of ice storms, with the effect of destroying the sky and destroying the earth, cooldown, 1 hour. Although the attributes of this diamond-level equipment are stretched a bit, the effect of this skill is not bad. No power needed at all. Gu Mo looked at the other weapons in this booth, all diamond-level weapons. So cheap. Gu Mo's eyes were full of incredible colors. This big man clearly has the strength of the Sixth Order, which is enough to open the trading system. Why aren't these items sold in the trading system? The diamond-level weapons in the trading system can be sold for 30,000 Tier 4 magic cores. But there's no way that detection techniques can deceive people, right? At this time, the strong man above the booth seemed to see Gu Mo's doubts. A few tears dripped from the corners of his eyes, and said with a painful expression, "If it wasn't for the quick money to collect the medicine for my daughter's medical treatment, I wouldn't have sold these equipment so cheaply. Then there are only more than 3 hours left in the auction house for the medicine for my daughter's treatment. If I haven't collected the magic core, then my daughter will be completely helpless. Don't worry, little brother, have you seen the exploration technique? There is absolutely nothing false about these equipment." Having said that, the strong man looked even more grief-stricken. "Is that so? Wouldn't that make me pick up a bargain in vain?" Just when Gu Mo was puzzled, a clear and pleasant voice came from behind him. "Don't buy it. This man is a liar." Hearing this, Gu Mo turned his head in confusion. I saw a gentle and charming girl in ancient Hanfu appearing behind Gu Mo. Seeing this girl's peerless face, even Gu Mo couldn't help but be taken aback. This girl is like someone who came out of the Jianxian water village. The temperament is elegant, the skin is creamy, gentle, and pleasant, and people have a feeling of wanting to protect. This appearance is completely in line with people's aesthetics for Jianxian beauties. This makes Gu Mo think of the fairy sister in previous life TV. Before Gu Mo could speak, the strong man cried even more miserably. "This guest! Don't slander me if you don't want to buy it. You can take a look at these things. All of them are genuine diamond-level weapons. If it wasn't to save my daughter's life, I wouldn't buy these things for you so cheaply." Gu Mo also recalled it carefully at this moment, and suddenly felt that something was wrong. This stall is not far from the city gate. If this strong man's diamond-level equipment was sold so cheaply, it should have been swept away long ago. Is this equipment fraudulent? At this time, the woman behind Gu Mo directly whispered beside Gu Mo. "Did you know that there is a sculptor in this city?" "Sculptor? What kind of occupation is this?" Gu Mo looked at the woman suspiciously, and then the girl explained to Gu Mo. "This sculptor can tamper with the attributes of equipment. Anyone below his level can't find flaws. Even the exploration technique can be directly deceived. And this sculptor is a sixth-order powerhouse. Look carefully with the exploration technique. There are people selling diamond-level weapons and equipment cheaply at every intersection in this city. After you buy it and put it on, you find out that this equipment does not provide attributes and skill effects at all. These are actually garbage black iron equipment. These people are usually here to deceive newcomers like you who are entering the city for the first time. Shit. There is such a job. This profession is outrageous. Isn't this pure harassment of newcomers? Sure enough, in this vast world, there are all kinds of strange occupations. Be more careful in the future. Exploration is not a panacea." Gu Mo secretly thought that it was dangerous. Let's just say why these equipment can be sold so cheaply. It turned out to be black iron equipment. Gu Mo thanked the woman for a while. The strong man at the booth saw that Gu Mo was not fooled. His face changed suddenly, and he said fiercely, "Let's go without shopping. Don't delay my business here." 863 If it weren't for the fact that fighting was not possible in this inner city, Gu Mo immediately wanted to give this brawny 2 big fights to let him know how powerful he is. But the woman in front of her is a kind-hearted person. It seems that you can ask her where to find businessmen selling intelligence or professionals who can locate people's whereabouts in this black market. Just as the girl was about to leave, Gu Mo followed. Thank you, girl, for your righteous help. If it weren't for you, I would have been deceived by this black-hearted businessman today. Why don't I invite the girl to dinner? Gu Chen, I don't know what the girl's name is. After hearing this, the woman also smiled and said warmly, Jianxian. Why don't you go to the Huaxia in front of you? It just so happens that I also have some doubts and want to ask you. 99. Jianxian. Good name. But this is the first time we meet. What doubts can there be? Could it be that my 1,000 faces mask is invalid? It shouldn't be. This woman in front of her is also a 5th order strength. You shouldn't see through my 1,000 face mask. Gu Mo nodded suspiciously. When you arrive at Huaxia, you will know everything. After a while, the two came to the restaurant called Huaxia. This Huaxia is also an ancient-style restaurant. Almost all the buildings in this city are designed according to the ancient style. Entering this city is like stepping back into ancient times. Gu Mo is also proud to book a private room. When the two sat on the table, Gu Mo finally raised his own question. I wonder if Miss Jiang has any questions? I will answer it next time. I saw Jianxian staring at Gu Mo's eyes and said seriously. First of all, I'm here to say sorry to young Master Gu. I used the divination technique on you without authorization. You are the first person I can't observe the trajectory of fate. My divination has never failed for those of a lower rank than me. That's why I'm curious, do you have any shielding spells on you? I've never heard of the existence of props that can block divination. Observing the trajectory of fate? Could it be that the woman in front of you has a profession like a fate master? Can you see someone else's fate just by looking at it? Does this profession really exist? Gu Mo can be sure that there must be no props on his body that shield the divination technique. The 1,000-face mask only has the feature of preventing others from prying into the face, and it does not block the effect of this type of magic at all. The only possibility is the system. The system must have blocked its own destiny. However, Gu Mo's eyes lit up when he heard that Jianxian knew the divination technique. No blaming her at all. I don't know if this divination technique can detect the whereabouts of Sister Ruyan. It really takes no effort at all. The art of divination? I don't know what the girl's profession is. Jianxian, who was sitting opposite, saw Gu Mo's puzzled look and explained again. The technique of divination can only be used by the Daomen lineage. The powerful person who uses the magic of divination can gain insight into a person's fate. My profession is a Chinese Taoist priest. Direct insight into a person's fate. If everyone's destiny is predestined, what's the point of fighting hard? Gu Mo didn't believe in fate before anyway, but this world is capable of reaching the heavens and the earth and being omnipotent. Huaxia Taoist. Like the swordsman, it is one of the orthodox occupations in China. Other Chinese orthodox occupations include musicians, Gu masters, Confucian scholars, and puppet masters. But Huaxia occupation has a fatal flaw. That's how slow it is to practice. And it takes a lot of talent to level up the profession. For example, Taoist priests must have extremely high requirements for Taoist skills. All Taoist magic methods need to be comprehended to learn. Unlike other professions, you can directly use the skills after obtaining the skill book. The same goes for Confucian scholars. All by reading books, develop a breath of arrogance in your chest. There is even a legend that there was a scholar who studied hard for 10 years and broke through from the 1st rank to the 7th rank. Musicians also need to be proficient in various ancient musical instruments to exert their power. And the musician has a powerful healing effect in the later stage. The strongest musician that Gu Mo has heard so far is a 7th order musician who is rumored to be able to heal the bones of the dead. Puppet masters need to refine monsters and beasts into puppets, which are similar to foreign summoners. But the puppets made by the puppet master are often more powerful. And the puppet master can control dozens or even hundreds of puppets at the same time. At present, Gu Mo has not heard of any powerful puppet masters in Huaxia. Among the Earth stars where monsters and monsters often invade, even if such occupations appear, few people will choose. Basically, those foreign occupations that are more effective and can quickly exert their professional characteristics are selected. Now the strongest professional in China, Gu Mo has also heard about a poisonous emperor Wu Xingling. Abruptly raised the Gu master profession to the pinnacle of the 8th rank. I am afraid that the combat power can be ranked in the top 3 levels of Huaxia professionals. It is conceivable that the outbreak of these late Huaxia careers is still very strong. Then Gu Mo expressed his views on fate. If everyone is controlled by fate, then life is like a marionette, so what's the point? Is everyone's destiny predetermined? What else do people need to work on then? Jianxian also smiled slightly when he heard this. No, this fate is not what you think it is. 99. The trajectory of a person's destiny is composed of infinite lines, and our divination technique just speculates the line that is most likely to appear. For example, if you start to become decadent now, then even if I speculate that you are a person who can become the peak of the 8th order, your fate will also change. The trajectory of fate will follow the line of your decadence. Is that so? Gu Mo thought that all fates were doomed. It turns out that this divination technique is just to calculate the most likely result. There are infinite fate lines in the fate of people, which means that the fate of people is infinite. If you want to be strong, it depends on your personal efforts and opportunities. It was an eye-opener to hear what the girl said today. I hope the girl can help me find someone. I don't know if it is possible. I am willing to compensate the girl for some hard work. The opposite Jianxian said confidently. Looking for someone? All it takes is a strand of hair. A hair? It seems that Chen Wanghao still has to go back home and look around to see if I can find Sister Rian's hair. Hearing Jianxian's words behind, Gu Mo's heart suddenly fell. I hope this priest career can be a little more powerful. In this way, you can directly find Ms. Rian. This black market is really coming. Gu Mo's face also showed joy after hearing it. Wait until tomorrow's getaway CD cools down and you can go home and find your hair. Although it will take 2 days, it will be much faster than finding a needle in a haystack in such a big north city. Gu Mo immediately thanked Jianxian. Then thank you, Miss Jiang. I don't know what I need to pay. There is no free lunch in the world. Moreover, the number of such professionals who can glimpse fate is extremely rare. If you miss this one, it will be difficult to meet in the future. Jianxian shook his head and stared at Gu Mo seriously. I don't need any payment from you, but can I wait until I reach the 6th rank to make a fortune for you? That's it? Gu Mo nodded and agreed. I have a system on myself. I am afraid that even if Jianxian reaches the 9th order, he will not be able to see through my destiny. Then Gu Mo left contact information with Jianxian. I'll find the girl again in 2 days. Okay, in this Huaxia Xiaozhu in 2 days, come to me with a strand of hair. At this moment, Jianxian stopped Gu Mo. This black market is a cave. If you want to get out of this cave, you have to walk outside the city gate for half a day before you can leave the city. You must not know the way the first time you come here. Why don't I take you out? Why is the entrance channel different from the exit channel? This black market is really a cave. As expected of an 8th order powerhouse. Such a big cave is directly used for business. Then thank you, Miss Jiang. Then, the two walked out of the city gate together. As soon as they left the city gate, the 2 6th order guards who were guarding the city reminded. Go out of the city and follow this path through 863 and cross the mountains in front of you to get out of the black market. Remember to be careful when you go out of the city. Our black market only guarantees the safety of the city, and we don't care about things outside the city. There is actually a mountain range in this cave? There should be no monsters in this mountain range, right? After listening to the words of the soldiers guarding the city, Gu Mo followed Jianxian out of the city gate. After a while, a huge mountain appeared in front of the two of them. Be careful, there is a sixth-order pet in this mountain range raised by the master behind the black market. 5. Once the pet is awakened, the pet will eat people after being angry. Direct Tier 6 pets? No wonder there is such a large mountain. It turned out that the 8th-order professional built it for his pet. Just as the two were crossing this mountain range, a field suddenly enveloped the two of them. Gu Mo's expression turned cold. Is it a robbery? Jianxian also directly assumed a fighting stance. 3 figures slowly walked out of this black fog-like field. Gu Mo's pupils shrank when he saw the leader's face. Isn't this the peddler who set up a stall selling fake gear? Just because I didn't buy the equipment, I'm staring at myself? Is the folk customs of this northern city so simple? In a hurry to give yourself attribute points? I saw that the big man-headed looked at Gu Mo with disdain, and then looked at Jianxian, who had a good body and temperament. Hey, little sister, do you know a word? Breaking a man's fortune is like killing one's parents. How should you compensate my brother for ruining my business? 35. A wretched man beside the big man was also staring at Jianxian intently at the moment. It's better to play poker with our 3 brothers for a few nights, then the brothers will spare you a life. The kid next to you sees that you are quite rich. If you hand over your belongings, brother will spare your life if he is satisfied. It seems that these 3 are habitual offenders. I have chosen the right time, waiting for the 2 of you here. Gu Mo immediately used his mental power to feel the breath of the 3 of them. 3 sixth-order professionals? Dare to rob it? I really don't know how to die. Jianxian looked at the 3 people in front of him with disgust, and said coldly, Let us go now, I can let it go. As soon as these words came out, the 3 hawkers on the opposite side laughed even more wildly. A 4th order and a 5th order dare to resist us? I like this character, and I'm already looking forward to it. Gu Mo just wanted to summon the 4 spirit swords, but then he thought about it. Wouldn't he reveal his whereabouts if he summoned the spirit swords himself? And this Jianxian in front of him looks like a good person, although he is very warm-hearted. But you still have to be cautious about being able to teleport to the North City. Even if you don't use the swordsman move, you can still kill the 3 wastes in front of you. Incarnate into a 6th-order peak monster for 1 minute, enough to kill them. A terrifying magic energy blooms around Gu Mo. The magic energy directly wraps the entire field. Demon speed. Enchanted. In an instant, Gu Mo turned into a monster with a size of 100 meters. At this moment, the speed is also doubled under the blessing of the speed of the devil. The 3 hawkers in front of them were stunned when they saw this sudden change. A sense of crisis emerged in their hearts. There's something wrong with this 4th-order kid. How could this exude such a strong aura? What does this 100-meter-high monster mean? These 4th-order young people must be the children of the big family. Even Jianxian, who was beside him, was startled when he saw this 100-meter-high monster. The 6th-order peak monster. How could this Gu Chen turn into such a powerful monster? I don't know if it's equipment, special effects, or professional skills. In this realm, there are giant palms of monstrous energy in an instant. Go straight to the 3 of them. The 3 6th-order professionals also quickly used the housekeeping skills of the 3. A burst of terrifying spells appeared in the field. Bang! 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 But their moves were instantly broken by this giant palm. The strong man at the head immediately shouted. The 3rd quickly removed the domain. Let's run. The thin middle-aged man, who is called the 3rd child, hastily wants to release the domain. But he found that the field can't be lifted at all now. These waves of demonic energy directly made him feel the existence of the realm. No! This demonic energy interferes with my mental power. The realm can't be lifted. The other two also had expressions of despair on their faces. This time I hit a hard bone. Before the three could react, terrifying claws suddenly appeared in the void. Kill one person directly. System prompt: congratulations to the host for killing the 62-level A-level Hidden Moon Assassin and get X1250 attribute points. Killing an ordinary 6th order can get 1,250 attributes. Gu Mo directly looked at the other two 6th order professionals in this field with excitement. The two also saw the miserable condition of the second child and immediately knelt down. Master, we know we're wrong. We are willing to hand over all our possessions to you. 35. You adults don't care about villains. Let us two brothers live a dog's life. We don't dare anymore. While talking, the two of them frantically kowtowed to Gu Mo, who had transformed into a huge monster in front of them. The changes that took place on the field at this moment also surprised Jianxian of the 5th rank. Did you give the 6th order professional a second in an instant? The 6th order peak monster that Gu Chen turned into is probably at least the Overlord level. When did it appear in Beijing such a genius? This Gu Chen looks like only 18 or 9-year-old. Gu Mo didn't give them any chance at all at the moment. This can't be dragged on, otherwise, if the demonized state disappears, you can only use sword moves, which will definitely be exposed. Gu Mo would rather not have those gear items in their storage space. It's safest to kill them first. I saw Gu Mo directly raised his big hand, and the long knife directly cut out the terrifying 100-meter knife light. Darkened bracelet skilled magic knife. Bang! 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 Under the terrifying light of the 100-meter knife, the two kneeling on the ground were like ants. There is simply nowhere to hide. Even if they burst out with all their strength, it is impossible to resist this sword light. I am afraid that this sword light can only be resisted by professionals at the peak of the 6th order. Endless despair appeared in their eyes. I thought it was a fat fish, but I didn't expect it to be a man-eating shark. I wonder if the boss can avenge himself and others. Under the light of this huge sword, the two of them directly turned into powder. The realm at the moment also dissipated directly. Got 2,500 attribute points again. These three are really good people. I'm just going to seek revenge, so give me attribute points. 3,250 attribute points. Gu Mo adds it all directly on top of the speed. UI. Now my attack method is strong enough, so I still have to save my life first. Jianxian did not have the slightest joy in seeing Gu Mo beheading these three people. Gu Chen, these three are all members of the 3 Gold Gang. The day after tomorrow, let's not meet in this black market. Let's meet in Beijing. These 3 gold gangs have 10 6th order powerhouses, and they all get money by selling fake equipment in the city, and their gang leader is the sculptor. This time we beheaded 3 of their members. I'm afraid they will retaliate. 3 gold gang? 7 members left? Do they still dare to kill people in Beijing? If they dare to take revenge on me, I will let them know what cruelty is. Gu Mo also wants these people to take revenge on him, so he can get a lot of attribute points again. What is the strength of their 3 gold gangs? The sculptor may be 6th order, 7th level or 8th level, and the other members are generally around 6th order and 3rd level. Is there a powerhouse of the 6th order peak? Hearing Jianxian's words, Gu Mo immediately felt relieved. As long as it is not the 6th order peak, he can kill himself. Gu Mo looked at the scum of the 3 people on the ground and couldn't help sighing. His skills are still too ferocious. Every time the enemy's equipment weapons are smashed. Then, Gu Mo walked towards the 3 bodies. Try the soul devouring that comes with the Darkin necklace and see if it works. I saw a path of magic appearing on Gu Mo's body. This terrifying black magic energy instantly wrapped the remains of the corpse of the big man. Gu Mo's mind suddenly appeared some images that did not belong to his own memory. In the picture, it is the picture of the three gold gangs killing the newcomers to the city. The means are extremely cruel. If it is a man, he will be emptied of his money and then tortured and killed. Encountering a woman not only hollows out her money, but also locks her up in their gang territory and ravages her. Actually, these three gold gangs still have gang territory? Gu Mo saw these pictures, and a killing intent appeared in his heart. If it weren't for his strength, he and Jianxian would have been brutally murdered just like the victimized men and women in the picture. After the 1-minute cooldown was over, Gu Mo devoured the souls of the other two again. After obtaining some of their memories, I finally found the entrance to the territory of the Sanjin gang. Gu Mo has never liked being passive. Since you have offended them, take the initiative to attack. This is also a disaster for the people. The people of the three gold gangs are completely the dregs of society. Do whatever you want with your own strength. Jianxian is also more curious about Gu Mo at this moment. As a Taoist priest, her ability to perceive the soul is beyond ordinary people. When Gu Mo released the magic energy to wrap the three people, Jianxian felt that the souls of the three people before had disappeared. Do not prepare to be swallowed by Gu Mo. This kind of ability is the first time Jianxian has seen. Usually, even if there is a demon cultivator to devour the soul, it can only be devoured when the other party is alive. No other magician can devour souls after death like Gu Mo. The secret on Gu Mo at this moment is like a deadly poison that attracts Jianxian. Jianxian couldn't help sighing when he saw the three corpse fragments on the ground. Gu Chen, you are too strong. Tier 4 killed 3 Tier 6 professionals so easily. I'm afraid your strength can be compared with Gu Mo. When Jianxian said the word Gu Mo, there was still admiration in his eyes. At this moment, Gu Mo was also stunned. This person can't be his own little fangirl too. What's up with this look? Gu Mo? Is that the first national proud Gu Mo? 39. My strength is not worthy of him even lifting his shoes. I just killed 3 Tier 6 professionals, but he killed Tier 6 peak Overlord monsters. Gu Mo just complimented himself on the spot. There was no embarrassment at all. After all, what he said was the truth. Jianxian also strongly agreed with Gu Mo's words at this moment. This Gu Chen should still be much worse than Gu Mo. Gu Mo is a character who can kill 6th Order Overlord monsters. And Gu Mo's appearance is much higher than this Gu Chen. He is also the only swordsman who has broken through to Tier 3. One can imagine how terrifying Gu Mo's talent is. The worship of Gu Mo by Jianxian, who is also an ancient Chinese professional, is not a star. Gu Mo is indeed a rare man in the world. But it doesn't matter, you are also very strong. Maybe I can catch up with Gu Mo in the future. Empty. The two walked out of this black market cave while talking. After parting with Jianxian, Gu Mo found a remote hotel to rest. In the evening, I will go to the Sanjin gang territory to serve them a pot. From the memories of the three, Gu Mo learned that the members of the three gold gangs would go to the gang territory every night to distribute the magic core of the money they harvested that day. Into the night. At this moment, Gu Mo has quietly gone to hide outside the entrance of the Sanjin gang's territory. The entrance to this gang territory can only be opened by gang members. Or Gu Mo directly forcibly used his skills to cut out a space channel. Unless Gu Mo has a 7th order strength, he can cut through this space channel. Now Gu Mo is only here waiting for the other members of the Sanjin gang to enter this passage with. Gu Mo has the hidden ability of magic. Can be hidden in the void for 10 seconds? That's enough to make Gu Mo sneak into the gang territory. I don't know how long it took, and finally the 6th order powerhouse of the 3 gold gang came. With a wave of his hand, a space-time channel appeared in this open space. Gu Mo immediately used the magic hidden skill. Quietly followed behind him. For a while, Gu Mo followed the Sixth Order members of the Sanjin Gang to the territory of the Sanjin Gang. The five-handled spirit swords turned into streaks of sword light and attacked the members of the Three Gold Gang in front of them. Shong! 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 Five Directions Gossip Array. The members of the Three Gold Gang were shocked. How did you get attacked in the territory? What is going on with this powerful formation? Before he could react, the five spirit swords slashed towards him in unison. In an instant, this person will die directly. System prompt: congratulations to the host for beheading a 63 level A-level professional windfighter and get X 1250 attribute points. The sneak attack was successful. Fortunately, it is the carelessness of the Sixth Order professionals of the Three Gold Gangs. Otherwise, the movement caused by it must not be so small. It will definitely attract other members of the Sanjin Gang. Although you can kill these awful by yourself, you still have to be careful. To avoid capsize in the gutter. Gu Mo has again allotted attribute points above speed. Afterwards, Gu Mo radiated demonic energy and dealt with the man's body, and the traces of the battle were erased from the air. Got some of this person's memories again. Gu Mo quietly transformed into the face of the dead Sanjin Gang member. Now Gu Mo can imitate him vividly after obtaining the memory of this person. At this moment, Gu Mo's momentum has also changed, and he directly used the second effect of the 1000 face mask to change his level. These Three Gold Gang members are no higher than the 6th and 8th level, and they can't see through Gu Mo's disguise at all. Then Gu Mo swaggered into the central hall of the gang's territory. At this moment, a furious roar came from the hall. Who dares to kill my Sanjin Gang? I see him getting impatient. In the past, we still needed to take into account the 7th and 8th Order powerhouses in the city, but now there are only 6th Order peak powerhouses in the city at most, and these powerhouses have all gone to the city to protect the North City. Go down and find out who dares to kill my brother. Tonight is his death. The thin man standing in the center of the hall was looking extremely ferocious at the moment. As he spoke, he directly crushed the head of the extremely cool woman beside him. There are also 5 other high-ranking members of the Three Gold Gang sitting in the 4 corners of the hall, and their faces are also showing anger at this moment. How dare you come to provoke my Three Gold Gang? When we find out who it is, kill him directly in Beijing. That's right, let everyone know what's going to happen when you mess with my Three Gold Gang. At this moment, Gu Mo directly pushed the door slowly and entered. The 6 people above the hall also said directly to Gu Mo. Delin, the other 3 brothers are dead. Dare to provoke our Three Gold Gang, and when we find out, we will kill him together. We can't go out alone when we go out these days. The person who can kill the 3 of them must not be weak. 39. Gu Mo also showed grief and anger directly at this moment, and walked towards the man in the center of the hall. What? The other 3 brothers died? Then, you just go down and accompany them. At this moment, Gu Mo is only less than 2 meters away from the sculptor. Before he finished speaking, the 5 spirit swords directly attacked the sculptor. Everyone was shocked when they heard this. No one thought that Dalin would say such a thing. Could it be that the 3 brothers who died were murdered by him? The sculptor also directly took out his weapon to resist. A powerful spiritual shield appeared. But still one step behind. The floating lightsaber was already inserted into his chest. The sculptor's figure flashed a distance of more than 30 meters in a flash. At this moment, several people sitting in the chairs are also killing Gu Mo. Chong! 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 A powerful sword intent appeared on Gu Mo's body. The 4-handed spirit swords attacked everyone again. 4 elephant sword formation. In an instant, the 4 elephant sword formation surrounded the 5 people on the field. The rest of the floating lightsaber is directly killing the sculptor again. Catch the thief first, catch the king. And the strength of this sculptor is stronger than the 5 6th Order professionals present. S-Class Occupations Carver. He is famous in Beijing for his powerful carving ability. At Tier 6, he can even truly tamper with the attributes of the equipment. Can even turn the dead into the living to fight for him. Seeing the lightsaber coming again, the sculptor immediately waved his palm. For point 1, the stone lions in the surrounding halls stood up immediately. 10 stone lions. All are Tier 6. At this moment, the 5 people in the 4 elephants sword formation can only withstand the attack of the sword formation. The floating lightsabers slashed directly at the stone lion in front. Chong! 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 Shura 10 destroys. The floating lightsaber once again issued a terrifying sword light. Bang! 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 These stone lions burst when they touched the sword light. A terrifying spiritual explosion is coming out. There is a mess in the hall. Instantly kill the stone lion. Everyone in the Sanjin gang was shocked. Who is this man? The skills and power of this move are definitely not something that Dalin can unleash. Could this person be the culprit who killed the 3 brothers today? At this time, the sculptor clutched the sword wound on his chest and smiled sullenly. Interesting, even I can't see through your disguise. Who the hell are you? 39. After speaking, the surrounding scene changes directly. It's like entering an amusement park. Since you don't talk, let's have a good time in my amusement park. The dolls in this amusement park instantly turned into terrifying 6th-order monsters. There are at least 100 6th-order monsters. These monsters are madly killing Gu Mo directly. The earth began to tremble. This is the strongest skill of the sculptor in front of him. Joker Field. Everything in its domain can be turned into a 6th-order monster. Gu Mo paid no heed to the man's words. He's too lazy to deal with a dead man. But do you think that you can kill me by relying on crowd tactics? Chong! 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 The floating lightsaber directly exudes a terrifying sword intent. A sword opens the gate of heaven. A huge sword light of 100 meters appeared. The terrifying sword intent it exudes is enough to turn these monsters into powder. But these monsters have no intention of retreating at all at this moment. Still in 04, go back and forth to kill Gu Mo. Cut! The gigantic sword light slashed the slaughtered monsters in half like mowing grass. This is just a sword that Gu Mo consumes half of his spiritual energy to open the heaven's gate. It already has such a powerful force. Step forward. At this moment, the floating light sword also turned into a sword light and killed the remaining monsters. Chong! 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 A thunderous sound of swords rang out. The sculptor at this moment also had a gloomy look on his face. In order to carve these monsters, I spent a lot of magic cores. He was actually killed by this kid just like that? If these carved monsters are destroyed, they cannot be restored at all. The engraver at this moment directly took out a weapon similar to a handmade knife. The figure flashed and killed Gu Mo. As fast as lightning. Just when the handmade knife pierced into Gu Mo's heart, a huge spiritual violence erupted on Gu Mo's body. Boom! Titan armor passive effect. Immune to a fatal damage. The huge spiritual power directly knocked the sculptor into the air. Then the sculptor hid in the field again. Gu Mo also hurriedly pulled away. So close. Fortunately, it has the passive skill of Titan armor. Otherwise, he would have returned to the west at the moment. The strength of this sculptor is really not to be underestimated. He actually attacked while I was beheading those monsters. If you own the domain, you won't be so passive. The 6th-order powerful professional can hide in the field after casting the field. You can directly hit the enemy in the field with a fatal blow. We must take the time to clean up all these monsters. Although these monsters can be killed by their own skills, if you let your small body face the attacks of these monsters, you will definitely be beaten into powder with one palm. The terrifying sword intent erupted on Gu Mo's body. Break the magic. A sword opens the gate of heaven. A huge black lightsaber appeared. Shong! 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 Once again, like destroying the world, all the monsters in these fields will be beheaded. Even this huge lightsaber directly caused a huge shock in this field. A mouthful of blood spurted out of the sculptor's mouth. It was directly attacked by the field. The sculptor at the moment is already Gu Mo, who is looking at the realm with dread. Why is this man so powerful? With a single sword, his domain will be turbulent. It just hit me back right away. No. All the monsters in the realm were beheaded by him. Or run quickly. This field directly and slowly dissipates. The sculptor even flashed directly, turning into a stream of rainbows and flashing out of the hall. But how can Gu Mo get what he wants? Demonic into the body. A burst of terrifying magic energy poured directly towards Gu Mo. At this moment, Gu Mo's whole body attributes are directly doubled. Step forward. The floating lightsaber turned into a sword light directly. In an instant, the sculptor 100 meters away was beheaded. The sculptor never imagined that he had already run a distance of 100 meters in an instant. Why was he still killed? At this time, the engraver's eyes are full of regret. If I knew earlier, I wouldn't accept those 3 wastes from the gang. Directly provoked a murderer. System prompt: congratulations to the host for killing a 68 level S-level engraver and obtaining X 2000 attribute points. 2000 attribute points. Earn direct blood. As expected of an S-class occupation. The attribute points given are 850 points higher than that of an A-class occupation. Gu Mo directly added these attribute points to the speed. At this moment, Gu Mo's speed has reached a terrifying 40,000 points in this state of demonic energy. This speed can already directly abuse ordinary 6th order professionals who have not opened the field. The 5 people who were in the Great Formation at the moment saw their eldest brother being beheaded directly by the killing god in front of him. My heart trembled too. This man is simply the devil. He actually killed even our strongest gang leader here. And it's so easy to start. I am afraid that there is no chance of life for me and others. At this moment, the eyes of the 5 people in the formation are full of hope. In the past, I was beheading others there myself, but I didn't expect that it would be my turn to be beheaded by others so quickly. At this moment, Gu Mo turned his head and stared at the 3 gold gangsters with a smile on his face. Gu Mo is in no rush to kill them now. Gu Mo already knew by memory that the powerhouses of these 3 gold gangs are all here. And they don't have any backers either. Only these few people have permission to enter this gang territory. You can slowly let them feel what is the real pain. At this moment, the few people in this formation probably don't have much spiritual value. If you hand over all your equipment and weapons, I can consider letting you die happily. 5. Gu Mo's words are like the whispers of the devil. It directly made the hearts of the 5 leading members of the Sanjin gang in the formation tremble. Even if you hand over your weapons and equipment, you just die happily? What is it like to be unhappy? Just as these 5 people were stunned, a terrifying sword intent erupted in the Great Formation. The 4-image formation at this moment is controlled by Gu Mo himself. One after another sword intent swords appeared. Directly cut their skin one after another. One after another sword intent drilled directly into their skin. His internal organs were all shattered by these sword intents. At this moment, everyone looked at Gu Mo outside the big formation in horror. The 5 directly gave up their resistance and knelt in this great formation. A weapon and equipment was thrown directly on the ground. Please, hero. Let some of our brothers survive. Gu Mo looked at the people kneeling on the ground with disdain, and directly used his spiritual power to put all their equipment and weapons into his storage space. Late. Before he finished speaking, the sword intent in the Great Formation became even more violent. Abruptly crushed these people's internal organs, extraordinary meridians, and 8 meridians. In the end, these people were stirred into a pile of powder by the sword intent in the wailing. These bastards still want to die happily? Gu Mo can see in his memory that these three gold gangs awful killed no less than 100 people. In the black market, these three gold gang members will have bad thoughts when they see low-strength women. You will be caught directly in the gang territory and become their venting tool. After beheading these people, a series of system prompt bells rang. These 5 people are all 6th rank A-level professionals, and they have obtained a total of 6,250 attribute points. Gu Mo adds these stat points to speed again. Then Gu Mo checked the harvest this time. The 6 members of the Sanjin gang and the one who beheaded at the entrance of the cave provided Gu Mo with 7 diamond-level weapons in total, plus a dozen diamond-grade gear. And these equipment introductions are engraved with the words enhanced by carving by the carver Jianxian. The attributes of these equipment are 200 points higher than that of ordinary diamond-level equipment. Looking at the harvest this time, Gu Mo was also a little shocked. Even these most rubbish 6th order can have so many diamond-level weapons and equipment? Sure enough, these people are really damn. I am afraid that these equipment and weapons have been obtained by them over the years by looting and selling fake equipment. Murder and arson gold belt. Sure enough, only professional hunters can increase their strength faster. At this moment, Gu Mo has already wanted to turn into a dark hero and go directly to hunt those garbage professionals who take their lives. Diamond-level weapons can be swallowed by the soul-devouring sword. Equipment can be sold anonymously directly in the marketplace. In exchange for 3 diamond-level weapons, the spirit-devouring sword can be upgraded to a king-level spirit sword. When I find Sister Rian in 2 days, my spiritual power will reach 1.3 million. At that time, the maximum damage of a sword to open the door was comparable to the blessing effect of the 3 overlapping areas a few days ago. At that time, you will be able to cut out the damage caused by the 7th order professional directly. A sword can easily smash the field of the 6th order peak professional. At that time, I can easily avenge Sister Rian. The revenge mission can also be completed. Double the joy. At this moment, the system prompt bell rang. System prompt, check that the host has killed all the senior members of the 6th level 3 gold gang. Is it swallowed? Devour? Does it still have this effect? Gu Mo directly ordered to devour with one hand. At this moment, Gu Mo's gang's rank is rising instantly. Soared directly to the 5th level gang. Just 1 level away, you can directly get the gang territory and the gang secret realm. System prompt, congratulations to Heavenly Court for being upgraded to level 5. System prompt, the territory of the 3 gold gang dissipates in 10 seconds. Please leave as soon as possible. At this moment, the members of the Heavenly Court were also shocked, and the hint of the gang's upgrade came directly to the ears of Wei Xuening and Feng Kiki. Gu Mo, what did this do? The gang has been upgraded to level 5 in an instant. 1 more level before you can enter the secret realm of the 6th order gang. Even if you directly pour the magic core into this gang, it is impossible to increase so many levels in an instant. Just when the 2 women were shocked, Gu Mo walked out of the territory of the 3 gold gang. The territory of the 3 gold gang dissipated into the void along with all the people and objects in it. Gu Mo also hurriedly changed his appearance and returned to the hotel where he lived. After returning to the hotel, the first thing Gu Mo did was to anonymously upload all the diamond-level equipment he had acquired to the marketplace. Each piece is priced at 30,000 Tier 4 magic cores. Then, Gu Mo took out the soul-devouring sword and devoured all the 7 diamond-level weapons. A burst of dazzling light shines in the room. It's a pity that this soul-devouring sword can't devour the attributes of these weapons. It can only provide 10 times the spiritual power value when the level is increased. If it can devour attributes, the soul-devouring sword will be even more powerful. Gu Mo shook his head and sighed that he was still too greedy. The effect of this spirit-devouring sword is enough to defy the sky. That attribute that he greedily devoured himself. At this moment, Gu Mo didn't know that when he uploaded the dozen or so pieces of equipment with the name of the sculptor Jianxian, it caused an uproar in the trading market. Without him, the sculptor Jianxian is quite famous in the trading market. And everyone in Beijing knew that what Jianxian and the others were doing wasn't serious business. Now that there are so many anonymous sales of equipment with Jianxian's name, there are many opinions in the trading market. Some say that the equipment was sold only after an unnamed knight killed the 3 gold gangs in order to eliminate harm for the people. Some say that this is because Jianxian sold these equipment in preparation for breaking through to the 7th order. By the second day, the whereabouts of the Sanjin gang were not found in the black market. Even in the gang list, Huaxia, the Sanjin gang was not searched, and everyone was convinced that the Sanjin gang might have been wiped out by someone. Apart from staying in the black market, the 3 gold gangs stay in their mysterious gang territory. Row is that other 6th order professionals have no way to take revenge. Unexpectedly, the notorious Sanjin gang fell to their knees today. The professionals in Beijing who lived around the black market all of a sudden were buzzing with gongs and drums. Start celebrating right away. Especially those professionals who bought fake Sanjin gang in the black market are very happy. This group of god-killing garbage has finally been eradicated. Raising to level 6 can not only open the trading system, but also open the gang leaderboard. As long as you search for the name of the gang like in the game, you can display the level of the gang. Of course, other than the level of the gang will not be displayed. At this time, Jianxian, who was in the Taoist Academy, also heard about the destruction of the Sanjin gang. Jianxian immediately thought of Gu Chen. If the 3 gold gang has provoked anyone recently, it has only provoked the 2 of them. That must be what Gu Chen did. Destroy the 3 gold gang? No wonder he devoured the souls of the 3 tier 6 professionals of the 3 gold gang. He must have learned the location of the 3 gold gang's territory in his soul. The leader of the Sanjin gang is an S-class sculptor. How could he be able to destroy the 3 gold gangs? Jianxian is more interested in this mysterious man again. Powerful. And it still popped up out of nowhere. I had never heard of such a number 1 person in Beijing before. The most important thing is that the fortune-telling technique of my 100 spirits has failed on that person. There must be some hidden secrets. At this moment, Jianxian is completely unaware that when a woman becomes interested in a man, it is the first step to fall. When he woke up, Gu Mo directly checked the trading market. System prompt: this transaction has obtained 39W 4th order magic core. Do you want to extract it? Extract. 390,000 4th order magic cores. This is definitely a huge sum of money for the largest 863 ever made by Gu Mo. Mo can definitely be promoted to the 5th rank. Then Gu Mo flipped through the diamond-level equipment in the trading market. He directly spent 120,000 yuan to purchase 3 diamond-level weapons. The getaway CD at the moment is already cooled down. Gu Mo's figure flashed back to the Linhai cave. At this moment, the little fox demon Hong Hong also came to Gu Mo's side and reported the situation of Dong Tian to Gu Mo with a serious look. Master, now Ani Chi has reached the 4th level. 35. Now, without my help, I can kill the monster that came out of the magic spring with Angie alone. Has it reached the 4th level? Only 10 days have passed in the cave. The improvement is so great. Gu Mo threw an exploration technique towards the dark. At this moment, all the attributes of an E have reached 2,000 points. Although this attribute is only half of Mo's, these darklings can be mass-produced. I believe that it won't be long before Gu Mo will be able to obtain a batch of 5th order and even 6th order Darkin Legions. Then, Gu Mo took out the 3 Ebe diamond-level weapons. Directly let the soul-devouring sword devour. A burst of golden light appeared on the body of the soul-devouring sword. When the soul-devouring sword was swallowing, Gu Mo also called Emoli. Take out 100,000 tier 4 magic cores directly from the storage space. Mo originally planned to climb up to Gu Mo's feet to be intimate, but when he saw the mountain of fourth-order magic cores piled up next to him, Mo instantly turned his direction and ran towards the magic core. Immediately began to frantically absorb the energy in the magic core. In a short while, the dazzling light emitted by the spirit-devouring sword directly illuminated the entire cave. System prompt: the soul-devouring sword has been upgraded to the king level. The current spiritual power value is 100 W, and the range of the sword is 1,000 meters. Huge spiritual power surged on Gu Mo's body. With the blessing of the soul-devouring sword, Gu Mo's spiritual power has already reached a terrifying 1.2 million. At this moment, Gu Mo finally has the confidence to face the 6th Order peak professional. After a while, Mo also devoured the 100,000 Tier 4 demon nuclei. The attribute value is doubled again. Mo's attributes are fed back to Gu Mo again. Each attribute is increased by 400 points again. If you rely on your physical body at this moment, I am afraid that even a professional who has just entered the 7th rank may not be able to compete with himself. A day in the cave passed quietly. Gu Mo uses getaway again to return to his Linhai home. After rummaging through the room, Gu Mo finally found a smoky hair at the foot of the bed. Gu Mo's hanging heart finally let go. At this moment, the teleportation talisman still cannot be used. The monsters are still not completely eliminated. A day later, Gu Mo returned directly to his residence in Beijing. Then Gu Mo began to contact Jianxian. The two set up to meet in a cafe. Inside the box. Today's Jianxian is wearing a JK costume, and wearing ancient clothes with her is completely two feelings. At this moment, she is young and beautiful, and her hot figure is also revealed under this dress. She was also sensible and did not mention the matter of the 3 gold gang. Gu Chen, have you found your hair? Gu Mo directly gave the hair of Lu Rian to Jianxian. I only found this one. Can you try it now and see if you can do some divination? Jianxian took this strand of hair, and waves of huge spiritual power fluctuations appeared on her body. She whispered some obscure spells in her mouth. After a while, a gossip pattern appeared at the feet of the two. It was as if the hair was alive, and it stood up straight and pointed to the south. At this moment, Jianxian was already sweating profusely, and his face was weak. It's done. Just follow the guidance of this hairline to find the person you're looking for. Let's go. I must always infuse the innate energy to take effect. Gu Mo's face immediately showed joy when he heard this. Then he thanked Jianxian for a while. Looking at her complexion, I am afraid that this technique of finding people will consume a lot of money. Look for an opportunity to repay her in the future. The two followed the guidance of the hair and walked all the way to the south. After half a day, that hair suddenly stood up. The two looked up and found that the hair was guiding a large family. From the outside, the family's house looks like an ancient prince's house. No, this can already be called a mansion. Jianxian was also taken aback when he saw the plaque in front of the mansion. This is the famous Liang family mansion in Beijing. This Liang family patriarch has the strength of the 6th Order peak. According to legend, he has already stepped into the 7th Order with half a foot. Gu Mo also raised his eyebrows. Is it really the enemy of the 6th Order peak? Does this Liang family have other 6th Order tiers besides this Liang family's patriarch? Besides the head of the Liang family, there are 2 other 6th Order professionals. They should all be around 6th Order 7th or 8th. 35. I didn't expect the person you were looking for was in the Liang family. That's a bit difficult. This Liang family is not easy to mess with. The Liang family has been married to another family with a 6th Order peak for generations. Looking at how nervous you are, isn't this your little lover?